before we started. You're a shit person, and don't say it.
Well, too late. You already knew that went down.
Oh god.
That was.
I was sure every podcast.
Crack a barrel, that's good.
I had a podcast with you for it, and Ian was a big loud one as well.
And Caleb, you are now the.
All right. Let me get the link up on the Amino.
Let me
Hey,
guess.
Caleb, take that trash off your freaking head.
Soon it'll be
Never be another A-Rock champion until we won a championship.
Exactly.
If my Amino will ever load, that
Be the
is.
thumbnail again.
It's been kind of bad right now.
I mean, I'm sort of a simp.
Dang.
Is now live. Join us here. Insert post. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to YouTube and we're gonna start this baby up. Woo! Hello everyone! Hello everybody! Welcome to the NASCAR Amino podcast where we're focusing on Carter Jones. We are joined today by the #1 most frustrated and saddened Truex fan, Seth the Bacon Thief.
Yo, what's up?
The world's most indifferent Kyle Busch fan, Kayla Marinelli.
Crack a barrel, that's good.
You're good. We are also joined by probably the most relieved. Wow! You don't even.
I wish you
know
would've
that, you
fallen
don't even
there.
know that it's 3 straight top 5s. Wow! You're not
Wow!
Not even
the most depressed Christopher Bell fan, Jared Holmes.
And do not forget your new NGT Promo Wrestling League champion. Put some fucking respect on that.
And the other relieved William Byron fan, Tanner Campos.
And we're also here with
William Byron fans.
the biggest Kevin Harvick fan of all time, Zach Stern.
Shut up. I am actually the most frustrated Alex Bowman fan of all time.
He literally got 6th.
He should have won.
Think happy thoughts.
I think Happy thought he's 19.
At least he didn't
Okay.
finish 18 laps down.
17
because
Zen in peace. He's 19 above. He's 19 above. He's 19 above.
18 laps down. 18 laps down. 18 laps down.
Okay, Jared, we get it. Christopher Bell sucks. Anyway, we're gonna move on now.
That's the Alex Bowman fan who's not really got a top 5 in years.
What? We just got fucked over. Anyway, we're gonna move
Let's
on.
get the ball rolling.
Does
here.
anyone
Let's roll.
have any announcements they want to make?
Yes, I do. It's not more of an announcement, it's more of a shout out. As you know, I am the NGT champion, and I want you all to follow me on TikTok at the Heel, Heel, Jared Holmes. And also, Napsol returns very soon.
Yes.
Final.
I got one. If you have not seen the trailer for the Dual Destiny movie, it just dropped 10 minutes ago. Be sure to check it out after the podcast.
Like, seriously, check it out. Oh my god. It's amazing.
That was so awesome.
That was
Greatest thing
amazing.
I've ever seen.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. That stuff is beautiful. Anyone else?
No.
Stay tuned to the end of the podcast where we will announce the winner of Total NASCAR Survivor. Man, I'm pumped, and you guys should be too. Woo!
Well, it's more. This is not a prediction, but more of what they call in the movie business a spoiler. And that will be I will be the first ever 2-time Total NASCAR Survivor champion.
Sure you are.
Yeah,
Keep dreaming.
Yeah, definitely.
You're
gonna fall.
I don't. I don't have anything to announce other than I believe the championship 4 race for the MLNCS, the track has been set, and no, you are not allowed to know what it is.
Do you know who the commentator for the finale is yet?
That's a good question.
I do. That will also be
I
a
think we should
surprise.
announce it.
You want?
Oh, we should announce that live on the podcast.
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's do that. That's actually better. So we also have the confirmed commentator of the finale. Making his return from the NASM's finale booth will be not Jared Holmes, but his cousin J-Rod Holmes.
Woo!
J-Rod is back.
Back here in the booth, buddy. Yes.
It will be a 2-man booth because, well, yeah. I don't.
Mac, you cut off.
Oh.
I think it's still up. I think we're good.
All right, that seems like that's sort of nerdy. So, anyway, what I said was the championship 4 race track has been determined and will be revealed in the premiere of the race itself. So stay tuned to that. The championship 4 drivers know, and I'll probably tell Jared pretty soon, but no one else will know.
Eat shit, guys. I know before most of y'all do.
All right, so now we have a very fun weekend, one of the best weekends in NASCAR. We have Throwback Weekend, and not only is it Throwback Weekend, I really should have pulled out my Dale Jr. shirt for this instead of my Alex Bowman shirt. There it goes. You like that? You like that? But we had Throwback Weekend, and it I remember what I was gonna say. Not only did we have Throwback Weekend, it was the playoff opener. We had the first race of the playoffs today for the Cup Series. I'm sure we got a lot of reactions, starting with Seth.
That race was pretty good. I mean, besides the fact of the obvious implications near the end. I mean, Truex dominated all day. It was pretty awesome. That was until lap 12, of course, but we don't talk about lap 12. Lap 12.
You mean 12 to go, bud?
Who cares?
Caleb.
That race was a solid race. I wouldn't call it great by any means, but that's kind of what we've come to expect with Darlington. The lower series races seem to usually be a lot better than the Cup race. And unfortunately, the Golden Horseshoe happened to fall into the 4-car of Kevin Harvick for the 5 billionth time, as Zach here would know. After an entire race with a bunch of guys like Truex, Chase Ullman up there, even Byron and Johnson up there at times, really a lot of it still somehow ends up being Kevin Harvick at the end of it. But we had some interesting moments in the race. The throwback paint schemes definitely really added a lot to it. It was kind of cool to just refer to the drivers by their throwbacks. I know we were doing that a lot while reacting to it. We had the Truex Chase Elliott incident that brought something interesting, but also frustration. Harvick haters, because they knew exactly what happened. And then shout out to Austin Dillon. I've got to say, even though I really don't like him that much, it was really impressive to see him come that close to actually winning that race. But overall, it was solid. It was not a bad Darlington.
Kate, do you want to go next since you're the next person?
We're talking about Darlington.
We're talking. Well, I mean, for me as a fan, it wasn't a very great race. Any fan isn't going to chuck me back.
Race for me, I thought was mediocre. Throwback Weekend is always great. Brings back some good old nostalgic feelings. Um, like even some of the schemes just felt nostalgic for me, like more of the recent ones, like the '96 car that Suarez drove just back to when he drove the Aris car was pretty cool. But the race was okay. It had its moments. I think the biggest highlight of the race was when Truex went for it with 12 to go and wasn't quite clear, but that's just the end of the race. Elliott is on, sails it off in a turn one, trying to keep his nose alongside Truex, and Truex is just trying to get past him, and they just came together and hit the wall. And of course, none other than the man himself, Mr. Horseshoe, Kevin Harvick, third to first. But how about Austin Dillon though? Like, I had him out after the round of 16 because I didn't think he'd have that same kind of magic. But he's already proven me wrong and almost beat out Kevin Harvick there in turn 3 and 4. Like, he came so close. I thought he actually had a chance. Like, did you see the run he got? Like,
Oh my god.
He slid that car. I was so amazed by that. But Harvick knows what he's doing. He's a veteran. He would have kept him behind him. And he did. So, good job by Harvick. Blaney had a night of misfortunes, as did Brad Keselowski. Maybe one other driver I can't think of, but it's an all right playoff opener.
It was 88.
I thought the race was very boring, bland. And make sure to stay tuned to Jared's thoughts. Well, I'll go more in detail about Jared's thought about Throwback Weekend. Kevin Harvick gets his 8th lucky win this season. He has not deserved any one of his wins this season. Truex being an idiot for the 2nd week in a row. Screwed over Bale last week and now screwed over Chase Elliott this week. Just a crybaby bitch, just like he always is. Screw Martin Truex Jr., that was Chase's race. I hope Martin Truex Jr. Gets fired at season's end.
No, that's... They already fired Eric Jones. Why would they need to fire another person?
Tanner.
Oh, sorry. Darlington, it was an okay race. It looked like it was going to be the JGR show with MTJ basically dominating both stages on that hunt for that 2nd win of the season after a string of 2nd and 3rd place finishes. But the race was altered with that race leading incident between him and Chase Elliott, which basically gave Harvick himself another chance at leading the playoffs from the start, just like how the season started off once again. And Harvick basically put a statement that he's basically going to be the man to beat, but basically he had to use his luck to get that 8th win of the year. But there's some bright spots that, like Austin Dillon, he had a strong performance. I'm surprised he ran that well at Darlington and almost defeated Harvick on the final lap. And Ryan Blaney kind of got himself in a hole with that penalty and poor performance today. So Darlington was a pretty good showing, but nothing great.
So Darlington, I thought, was overall a pretty good race. Someone's echoing, but I think the first 2 stages were pretty straightforward. As far as racing went, it was Martin Truex Jr. up front, and then it was some variation of Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, and Alex Bowman behind him for all of the first 2 stages. And then Jimmy just fell off in the 3rd stage. I don't know what happened to him, but it was very the 3rd stage definitely got a lot more interesting. We saw some split strategies, almost like a road course. We saw a lot more racing for the lead than we did in the first half of the race. We held the first 3/4 of the race, and then it ended with actually one of the probably more memorable Darlington finishes. of recent memory. I would say this Darlington finish is up there with the 2011 race, honestly. Happy that Alex Bowman is now the highest Hendrick driver in points. That's pretty sick, nasty, Mikey. Shout out to Eric Jones. I think like a fourth place finish at one of the toughest tracks in the circuit at Darlington. Like, I feel like we do kind of crap on him a little bit in the podcast. None of us are really big fans of him, but to be as good as he is at Darlington takes a lot of talent. So big shout out to Eric Jones on that fourth place finish. I personally have a belief that he may be part of a big Hendrick announcement coming probably as soon as all the cars are get to the round of 8. Like, literally, all 3 will get to the round of 8, and then all 3 will get absolutely crapped on, because that's what always happens. Also, Austin Dillon with the awesome performance. He always seems to rise to the occasion in the biggest moments. And that's all I really have to say. I just wanted to get to a few things that no one else really got to.
Okay. I have one thing that I forgot to mention. If Austin Dillon had won that race, that would be his 3rd career crown jewel race win, if you think about it.
Oh, wow.
Out of
He'll get it one day.
He has 3 of them being crown jewels. That's honestly impressive.
If Austin Dillon had ended up with a 2-win season, and he very well could still, because we still have Texas on this Texas coming up. He won there.
We have a super speedway.
We have Talladega. Yeah, he's been trying to think if he's been good at any of the other tracks. He really hasn't, but there is still a chance Austin Dillon ends with 2 wins this season, which I think it would solidify once and for all that Austin Dillon belongs in the Cup Series. And it's not just a silver spoon. Like, he actually got the ride for a reason.
I still think he's a legitimate driver.
Even though I'd still love to shove that silver spoon up his ass. But that's besides the point.
Moving on.
But if he has another 2019 season, then honestly, fire him. If you're gonna fire Reddick at season's end instead of Dillon,
he's never gonna get fired.
Reddick's not getting fired.
No, he's got that. Both of them got that ride for life, or at least Reddick until.
If Richard Childress wants another driver, he's gonna open a 3rd car. He's not getting
he would
either of them.
do it.
He's either opening a 3rd car,
which might just happen next year.
Well,
they could buy a team that's looking for a new sponsorship. Who knows?
We will see. So big shockers coming from the playoffs. So first of all, I think most of us in our playoff brackets had Eric Almirola and Ryan Blaney going to the round of 8. Eric Almirola is tied for the cut line, and Ryan Blaney is 18 points below. Eric Almirola obviously probably pulls something out of his ass, because it seems he always does. But with Richmond and Bristol coming up, 2 tracks that Eric Almirola is historically not the best at, and 2 tracks that Ryan Blaney is historically terrible at and has terrible luck. Along with the fact that Clint Boyer, who Almirola is tied with, is good at short tracks, should Almirola be worried? And Blaney.
Well, okay, my thing on that is I don't think anyone should feel okay. Everyone should feel worried. In fact, honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if you asked, say, Chase Elliott, he'd probably say, hey, I'm worried. Anything could happen. I mean, it's Bristol, baby, and it's Richmond, I guess, because things happen at Richmond, right? No. So.
You know, definitely. I mean, I think whether you're advanced like Kevin Harvick or anybody else down there that's even like 20 points above the cutoff, you should still be worried. We've still got 2 races left. Anything can happen, and especially if you're Almirola and Blaney, like yeah, you've got to be some of the most worried drivers out of the drivers in the playoffs right now because Almirola isn't the greatest driver at short tracks by any means. Even me, a supporter of Almirola, will say that it's going to be rough for him to feel safe going into the next round or even safely get into the next round, if not barely. And then even with Almirola, I'd say the most worried driver right now should be Blaney because Richmond he's historically absolutely abysmal at considering the equipment he's driven his whole Cup career. And Bristol for just, he should have won like 2 or 3 races at that track already, but he's been taken out of the lead. And I might not like Ryan Blaney that much, but I mean, he's good at that track. It's just the bad luck keeps getting in the way of it, and that might just be what ends his championship run early.
Yeah, I think if Ryan Blaney goes out in the round of 16, I think that ends up throwing the whole playoff picture wide open because I think we can all agree that Ryan Blaney is probably like among the drivers that are not seeded top 4. He's probably like one of the if you were looking for a driver to get into the championship for in that group, Blaney was probably the first name you're going to. First or second if you're looking at
Yeah.
first or second, depending on whether or not you still trust Truex. But
True.
but
Okay,
if he goes
count the
out,
stage
now that
points,
opens the door wide open. That moves Bowman up to the 7th seed. It moves the bar. It really does. So I think that Blaney going out would be huge, and I mean, I'm sure it's Team Penske. If Logano and Keselowski are good enough at Bristol that they can just throw everything at Blaney if he really needs it, and Logano and Keselowski will be fine. But we'll see. I think Blaney's got to be scared. I think at this point it's pretty obvious that Benedetto's out. There's no way he's not fast enough to overcome
Unfortunately.
18 points.
I mean, maybe Bristol. He could very well win Bristol, but I haven't seen winning speed out of him this year. That's the thing. He's really good. He's good at the short tracks, but I don't know if he could win that race. I mean, we saw him come really close to it before, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and find out.
Well, I'm sure you guys probably want to hear my take on Blaney
Yes.
being the start below the cut line.
Here we go.
I mean, I don't really know what to say. I got in an argument with Sonny Amino the other day and Blaney in No Town because I honestly, I don't really know how you can call Blaney or how any of this is Blaney's fault after having a terrible race, having to start at the back without his crew chief, being below the cut line to begin with, and having a problem during the race at a pit stop because Todd Gordon can't do anything as a crew chief. You can give me he's a championship winning crew chief all you want. He can't build the race car correctly, obviously. He can't pull pit strategy. Can't control his pit crew, obviously. So it's not really Blaney's fault that he's below. And I'm sick of people calling him a choker because it's kind of annoying.
Ron Blaney's a choker.
Yeah. Yeah, no, none of this is Ryan Blaney's fault, but now I feel like the ball is in his court. Now Ryan Blaney has to make something happen. I think he can do it. I think he's run much better than Boyer and Custer and Almirola, the guys he's directly racing this year. So I think Blaney, he has the speed to leapfrog them. But the question is, how is Almirola and Blaney are both going to suck at Richmond? I think
It's a guarantee.
Boyer's going to be Boyer's probably going to be somewhat decent. But the question is, can Blaney suck less enough at Richmond to get close enough to Almirola be within say 10 points of them at Bristol. Because if he's within 10 points going into Bristol, obviously it's still pretty precarious. But I would trust Blaney to make up 10 points just in the stages.
True.
Imagine if we're just all wrong and Denny Hamlin fails inspection in each of the next 2 races and all of them make it.
What an epic collapse that would be.
My prediction for that is around 12.
If Chase Elliott just accidentally, actually, I don't know where I was going with that one.
Chase Elliott's gonna pull a Charlotte.
Oh,
He's gonna pull an Eric Almirola 2017 at Kansas, Mike.
Oh.
damn.
Oh no.
Alright.
Is it time for Survivor?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Bacon. The floor is yours, bud.
Alright. As you may know, I own the series Total NASCAR Survivor. And yesterday night, we had our final 3 competition at the NASCAR track, Darlington, the Southern 500. It was the Throwback weekend. And only 3 people were left out of the 28 that signed up at the beginning of the season. And those people were Inferno Zach, Tanner Campos, and Jared Holmes. All 3 of them fought extremely long and hard to get to this place, eliminating people, eliminating friends, enemies, and, well, you know, you got the rest. In Survivor, and it leads down to this. So, I know who the winner of Total NASCAR Survivor is.
You should go from who finished third, and then tell us who finished first.
So, of course, I have a system, just like last season. It's the exact
You're
same
silent,
way
dude.
we
Yeah,
Yep.
somewhat slightly.
Yeah,
Get closer to your mic if you
closer
can.
to your mic.
Oh, okay. It's the exact same way. Is that too loud?
It was fine, and then it got quiet again.
Yeah, it went up and down.
Alright. It's the exact same system that we had last season. Where we had the race, where we took the results of the drivers that they had chosen, which they had to pick for the race and see who would finish the greatest. And, well, Tanner picked Kevin Harvick, and we know how that turned out. Yeah, so. Tanner obviously had the best finishing position, votes that they have accrued all season. And then we take the jury votes. Now, the jury votes were the people that made merge this season. So, the people that made merge were from Fireball's elimination all the way up to Raven. So they all got to vote who they should win. And then I tallied up the scores. And here are your final 3. So coming in at 3rd place, honestly, he was screwed from the start due to having a poor finishing position and not being good all day after being wrecked early. Brad Keselowski has lost Zach Stern the Total NASCAR Survivor Championship, and he will finish 3rd. Congratulations, Zach. You
Still finished higher than Hamlin, just saying, so I don't know how.
Yeah.
At least had a good season.
Surprisingly enough, you only received a single vote the entire season, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so congrats. And if you had finished better, you honestly could have won. But sadly, and now it comes down to Tanner Campos and Jared Holmes. As you may know, Jared Holmes won season 1. Will he go back to back? And Tanner Campos, the nice guy, the guy everyone likes, you know? It's just, yeah. It's, with the further ado, I would like to announce of Total NASCAR Survivor Season 2. And that person is, ladies and gentlemen, Tanner Campos is the winner of Total NASCAR.
Against all the odds.
GG.
No way.
Jared
Fuck
Holmes
the
Tanner.
short.
Man,
Was there ever,
Chris Ash
as soon
wins
as
it.
deceased parted for Kevin Harvick, was there ever any doubt?
I just want to point one thing out. Jared and Zach were going at it yesterday, like the whole time, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, they're going at it. Tanner's sitting here staying silent. And by the way, I voted for Tanner. I'm just going to reveal that right now. I think it's just so funny. He was staying silent the whole time, and he won the damn thing. I'm so happy. That's awesome.
I didn't expect that at all, but a great season.
So overall, Tanner received 62 points, Jared received 32 points, and Zach received 27. Honestly, Tanner kind of ran away with the win. It wasn't like last season. It was defined by a single point. But congrats to both of you. Congrats for competing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Fun season.
Amazing season. I'm ready for season 3.
We've lost Jared in the process, unfortunately. But
Damn.
Oh, Jared left. Oh, no.
Alright,
Rest in peace, Tanner wins.
in the meantime, boyos, let us turn our attention to the re-ranking of our Cup drivers. Well, this is an initial ranking for Caden, but
Yes.
how did I not?
An initial ranking for me.
And yes, and Seth. All right, I put the link in the
chat.
In the chat.
yeah.
That's what it's called.
Go to NASCAR.com real quick.
Yeah, let's go to NASCAR.com so we can find this.
Of course, Mr. Kiss Ass wins it.
You have Justin Haley as the number 11 on the spreadsheet.
Well, yeah, because he drives the 11 in the Xfinity Series.
But isn't this
the
Cup?
vote wasn't.
Who
The jury votes went
cares?
to 1-1, so.
Does anyone really care?
Well, most people in the Amino don't like me. So I need to
Well,
how
it
to
got
win
you
it.
the win last season, but whatever.
I take back my apology I said to everyone on the Amino, though.
Damn.
God damn it.
Well, there goes that.
It won't even let me do anything on it for some reason.
Everyone
Yeah, so you
type
just have to
something.
move my
Everyone
things for
type
me. It doesn't
something
work
in
for
the
me.
chat and on the thing, so I know it's working.
Let me see if it let me open the Sheets app.
Hold on. Is it the doc that you sent in here?
Yeah,
Which sheet is it?
it's the second. It's sheet 4.
Okay, sheet 4.
It's letting me do it.
So are we blindly ranking them and then comparing it to our first one? Is that what's going on?
We're just kind of not really comparing it to the first one. Just
Why
kind
is
of like
Justin Haley in the 11?
just kind of talking about how
Exactly.
how our opinion on the drivers changed since the last time we ranked.
Why is Justin Haley in the 11?
Because he's 3 times better than Hamlin.
Look who's here.
Look, he's not even in the Cup Series, so I don't know why he's there. Let's delete
Do you
that.
want me to put it to the 16? Do you really want me
Won a
to?
cup race, Jared.
He's not. He ran one Cup race.
Also,
Two
hello,
of the Cup races.
Also, I noticed Kylie just joined us. Hello.
Hi.
I'm not putting Justin Haley on mine. He's not in the Cup Series.
I'll
He's
put him
God
on
tier
my.
for me. He's God tier.
Like it's pointless to even rank him if we're ranking Xfinity drivers. Then where's Harrison Burton?
Where's Chase Briscoe? Come on, Zach.
Yeah, where's Harrison Burton? Where's Christian Edwards? Where's Natalie Decker?
Who put Klaus Michelson?
Where's Klaus? Oh, there's Klaus Michelson.
I'm not.
We need him here.
Oh, rather interesting.
He's my 13th favorite driver.
This isn't main ranking.
Damn.
My 69th favorite driver.
Dang.
All right, if y'all don't want Haley there, I'll put Burton and Briscoe.
No, let's not put any Xfinity drivers. This is a Cup Series list for a reason.
Exactly.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. I'm getting rid of the 36.
And get rid of Klaus Michaels.
No.
Aw, dang.
No
Why?
We gotta be more serious if we want this podcast to go off, guys.
All right, so let's start with Jared. I'm assuming your favorite driver hasn't changed.
Yeah. What are we doing? Are we gonna do it 5 at a time? I think that sounds pretty
Yeah,
good.
5 at a time.
Alright, so number 1, obviously, is Christopher Bale in the 95. Been my favorite for a pretty good long while. Followed him in the Truck Series up to Xfinity, up to Cup. So he's my favorite. Number 2 is Brad Keselowski. Used to not like him, but he really grown on me the last few years, and was my favorite last year. And then Bale came up, so Keselowski got knocked down in the second. My third favorite driver is Chase Elliott. People hate on this driver for no reason whatsoever, just because he's a fan favorite, because people have to act cool. There's a lot, especially too in the podcast, but that's besides the point. Chase Elliott's one of the best drivers in NASCAR currently, and he'll win the championship this year. Next, Alex Bowman. He used to be number 5, well, number 6 actually, because we'll talk about the other bitch that went down the list. Was one of my didn't really know him too much. He didn't really impress me at Phoenix when he was filling in for Dale Jr. And it impressed me a lot in the early stages of this year. Really fell off through the summer months. I feel like he'll finish strong this season, hopefully. So he's number 4. Number 5, I'm starting to really dislike this guy a lot. He used to be number 4. Fell down to number 5. Got a lucky-ass win last week at Daytona. Not very talented, to be honest, but still pretty okay, dude. By next season, I feel like he'll probably be outside the top 10. Just doesn't really deserve that 24, I don't feel like. William Bond.
Wow.
What?
I was not
His fan base is
expecting.
starting to be annoying.
Huh?
His fan base is starting to get trash. Just because he won one race, thinks he's the next Jeff Gordon.
Honestly, I kind of see that. It's not impacted how much I like Byron, but sorry guys, y'all are over round of 8. Are you kidding me? He finished.
Yeah.
He was 14th in regular
No, it's
right.
points.
Yeah, you simps.
Round of 12 extra, if not round of 16. Alright, Coda, go.
5 at a time, alright. So, number 1, pretty obvious in my opinion. Matty K. Yeah. Followed by Louis Lee. And yeah, if he keeps the top 5 streak going, I think he has a great chance.
Yes.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Exactly. Number 3. Let's see here. You know, gotta go with my boy Reddick. He's always been one of my favorites in the Xfinity series. Now he's in Cup, so he's at 3rd. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know who, but if I find him, I'll adjust it. All right. Number 4. Oh, frick. I didn't know we were doing 5 at a time. I would have prepared myself more.
Hey, there's a number 62 down there.
There is a number 62 down there. I forgot about that guy. Thank you. He's actually my number 3. Reddick is number 4. Thanks for pointing that out. And number 5. Oh, Mikey. Bush has always been my favorite Bush bro. He's always been kind of up there. Put him at number 5. Cubs fan, chill guy, great veteran. Matured so much. He's pretty chill. Number 5.
Trini.
Someone might have to help me on this again because I don't really do good with good products.
I got you.
I'll help you.
Okay. Number 1 is pretty obvious. Willie B. He's been my favorite ever since he moved up from the Cup Series. He has a bright future ahead of him. And I've just grown into being more of a fan of him. It feels like a younger Jeff Gordon. I feel like I'm starting out as a Gordon fan again.
Oh my!
Literally the exact thing Jared complained about.
But I mean, whatever. But
Number 5, actually, changing my mind. Number 5 is Bubba Wallace.
wow. But anyways, number 2, Jimmy Johnson. He's always been in my top 2. He once was my favorite around when Gordon retired. But Jimmy has always been one of my all-time favorites. But once he retires, someone will have to take his spot. And number 3, Alex Bowman.
Woo!
Alex has really been boosting through my favorite rankings. He's honestly, ever since he's jumped into the Cups series as in an elite ride, he's starting to become my favorite. He has a very good backstory, and he's finally established himself as a potential superstar in this sport. And I feel like he could possibly be my number 2 in the future. He has a very strong chance. For number 4, I'm going to go with Chase.
Hendrick.
Oh my God!
Hendrick.
You Hendrick Sim!
I'm not really,
Oh my
I'm not really-
God!
Worst nightmare.
Listen, I'm not really a big fan of Chase. Chase is kind of not up there. I mean, I still like him, but he's just not up there. He's not up to compare to Byron and Jimmy and Bowman. He's just up there for no reason. Number 5, Chris Buescher.
Whoa!
What?
Yeah, Buescher.
Are you okay?
He's done nothing this
Ever since
Are you?
I like underdogs, and Buescher has been a very good, interesting story in the Cup Series. And I used to have a big hatred for Ford, but it's starting to grow on me. And ever since Buescher went back to Roush, it's starting to grow on me a little bit. And Buescher's been my top 5 ever since he joined up to the Cup Series.
All right. So I think I basically have the top 5 set.
Kyle.
Number 1, it's not gonna change until the day he retires in like 10 years. Kyle Busch, number 1. I don't care how he's done this season. It's still a good season. I'm trying not to complain about it. I'm just trying to keep my head up. Number 1 every day. Freaking love this guy. And then second has to be the other Busch brother. I've always been a Kurt Busch fan as well. I mean, I think Kurt and Kyle have always been my 1-2.
He sims for
Oh no,
Busch
who's
Brothers
changing the
harder
Kyle
than he
one?
sims for Kylie.
Whoa, I wouldn't say that. Anyways,
True.
I don't need an explanation for those top 2. Zach is about to shoot me, so prepare for this. What's about to get thrown to the podcast? Number 3, Eric Almirola. I'm
not gonna shoot you for it, dude. I know you like Eric Almirola. Nothing is gonna change it.
The thing with Eric, I feel like even since I've gotten into NASCAR, he felt like an underdog story when he was over at RPM, and I was so hyped to see him go to a ride at SHR. I felt like he was then he won that race at Talladega, had he's one of the nice guys of the series, one of the nicest guys in the garage, and he's just someone who I've always liked to root for, you know? And he's had like an interesting backstory. He kind of got screwed over at JGR, so I've just always wanted this guy to do well, and also Smithfield. Anyways, my number 4 is none other than Matt DiBenedetto. I know his playoffs haven't started off too well, but I know Jared hates me now. But it's kind of a similar thing to Eric, an underdog story. He's finally gotten his opportunity, and he's made the playoffs after coming up from BK Racing and freaking Levian Family Racing and Go Fast. And he's now, hopefully at some point he'll be able to be up there and compete for championships. I mean, I know his time in his career's going to be coming to an end. He's kind of halfway there at this point. more of a late bloomer, but I want him to do well. And meeting him was a great moment for me. He's just such a nice person. He wants to go out there and win races every single week, and even a simple second place finish, you will see the most emotion out of this guy, and that's what you just gotta love about him. Let me go down here. My number 5 is Christopher Bell. I've rooted for him since he was driving for Kyle Busch. He's kind of gone up through the ranks, continuously being successful, and this year hasn't really been the greatest for him, but it's also not the best ride either. But I really hope he's able to do well in that 20 car. I'll continue rooting for him over at JGR as well. I mean, really, it's just he's really talented. He's one of the most talented drivers to come into NASCAR, and he has a really bright future in the Cup Series, and I just can't wait to see what he can do. Seth?
Okay, so you know me, you know who my favorite driver is. Same song and story, Martin Truex Jr. I love this uprising. I mean, sure, he gets a little controversial. I mean, not as much as controversial as Kyle Busch over here, Mr. Caleb, but whatever.
Okay.
Number 2 is probably another one of my favorites. Eric Almirola. I love Eric Almirola. He's one of my favorite drivers. I've loved him ever since, 2017 and stuff. And when I really got into the sport in 2017 full on, and Eric Almirola was always someone that stood out to me, and I actually really enjoyed him. Coming in at number 3, probably an extremely controversial pick, but I enjoy Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's one of my favorite drivers in the Cup Series. A lot of people hate the guy, but I just enjoy him. He was my favorite. He was one of my favorites back in the day or earlier, and he's one of my favorites now. I love that guy. Coming in at number 4, we have Cole Custer. I love Cole Custer. Cole Custer is one of my favorites. Cole Custer is awesome. Cole Custer is the greatest, and he is the Rookie of the Year. Let's freaking go! Hey.
Undeservingly.
Undeserving.
And number 5, a lot of people seem to call this guy trash, and he should get deported. Of course, it's Daniel Suarez. I love Daniel Suarez so goddamn much.
Did you say you should get deported?
Question me.
Wow.
And you thought this podcast couldn't get even more
You're
censored.
an asshole, Seth.
I didn't say you should.
So, my number 1, you will be totally surprised to hear that my number 1 has stayed exactly the same.
Wow, I'm so shocked.
Not only is it still Alex Bowman, but the gap from Alex Bowman to my second favorite driver has grown enormously. Like, Alex Bowman will be my favorite until the day he retires. He will always be my favorite of all time at this point. Underrated by everyone who ever talks about him. One of the most colorful personalities in NASCAR. One of the rising talents of NASCAR. Really, a lot of very, very bright future for Alex Bowman. You'll probably be shocked at my number. You probably will be shocked at my number 2, though. Christopher Bell is my number 2 now.
Holy.
Christopher Bell, just a lot of talent. I'm not sure exactly why I like him so much, but yeah, I still really like. I like it, Christopher Bell. Even if I don't know why. So let's see here. Who would be a good number 3? I think this will be a good place. even with their history, I think it would be a good place to stick Bubba Wallace here at number 3. The guy's done so much for our sport. He really has, I feel, introduced it to a new audience, and I feel like it'll take getting this pandemic ended to really show it. But I feel like Bubba Wallace has made a huge contribution to the sport, and he will eventually win races and get into the playoffs. It's just a question of when. Let's see here. I'd say my number 4 is probably Jimmy Johnson. My dad's a really big Jimmy Johnson fan, and I rooted for Jimmy Johnson ever since I started. Never as much as Junior, or especially not as much as Bowman, but I definitely root for Jimmy Johnson. This guy was my number 2 for a while, but then he won and his fan base got toxic, and now William Byron is now number 5.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I can't. The Byron hype train pisses me off to no end.
Wow.
Doesn't everyone have hype in their system?
I mean, I am pretty toxic about Alex Bowman being in the Final 4, but you know what? It's only okay when I do it.
Somebody has to do
Everyone's
mine.
doing it, so
I got you,
is
Caden.
extremely hypocritical.
All right.
Whatever.
So, obviously, number 1 is Ryan Blaney. I see you're already on there, Zach, so. Yeah. Number 2, this was a close one. But I'm going to have to give it to Kurt Busch by an edge.
Really?
oh my.
Number 3, Tyler Reddick.
Oh, this is pretty interesting.
Number 4, this is a tough one. Go ahead and give it to Kyle Busch.
Hell yeah.
Really interesting.
Look over here.
Okay, come on. Come on.
Number 5, go ahead and give it to Amarola.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Well, yeah.
Someone's gotta do mine.
I'll do it.
We know how bad it gets. So one, you know who I'm gonna put Harvick there. I've grown to be a fan and will be one till he retires. Next one, the dude in the 77 Ross Chastain. I'd be down to meet him. He just wants to get the wins for the fans. You can see a lot of emotion out of him, whether it just being like normal things on Instagram or interviews. Just overall, I feel like he's going to be up there with when he retires. Third, we got Boyer. You know me, man.
Ew.
Yeah. Fourth, we got Wallace.
Nice.
Always been up there, just in the background. We got. Did you get fourth?
Kylie, you're kind of cutting out a bit.
Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Fifth, we got Nemechek. But you didn't see that one.
Oh.
Nemechek.
Really?
Really?
But you didn't see that
Interesting.
one. Yeah, I was really excited, and then, you know, Rex 3 times in a race. It's all this hate. Well, he'll always be one of my favorites. Yeah.
Okay. So my number 6 used to hate this son of a bitch back in the day because it cost Brad a win. Auto Club, I shouldn't give Kyle Busch his 200th NASCAR win. It's BS. But he's done a lot for the sport this year. He has them dumb players that only hate him for one reason. And if you hate him for that reason, fuck you. Bubba does so much for the sport. Banning that piece of shit traitor flag, stupid thing at Talladega that someone done to him. Ridiculous. Just gets so much. And he always has a smile on his face. Doesn't let the hate get to him. That's what you want in a driver. Someone that's a strong leader for the sport. That's why Bubba's moved quickly up my favorite. Number 7, another person that gets a lot of hate for absolutely no reason whatsoever because of one race. One measly race where he made a couple stupid moves, but Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Don't understand the hate for the guy. Very talented. Deserves the 48 next year, in my honest opinion. If you want a driver that's there to win races, maybe even win a championship, Stenhouse in that 48. Number 8 is Ty Dillon.
Oh.
Ty as well. The best of the Dillon brothers. Deserves way much better than he gets in that 13 car. Honestly, he outruns Austin majority of the time. Maybe not this season, but he deserves to be in the 8 car over Tyler Reddick, I feel. Ty Dillon, very talented driver, and deserves more. Number 9 is Joey Logano.
Alright.
Joey is another overhated driver. Makes a lot of stupid mistakes, I know. But still a fantastic driver. Has a lot of talent. And deserves that 22. Next, he's number 4 on my all-time favorites list. But he's just pretty washed up this year. And at number 10 is Matt Kenseth. He just ain't the same as he used to be. I wish, hopefully he retires at the end of the season and never comes back. He's tarnished his legacy. I
wouldn't say that.
He was number 3 at the beginning of this year on my all-time list, but moved down to 4 because Brad took his place in 3rd. Matt Kenseth's number 10.
Alright, I mean, I'm not going to comment on that. Number 6. Falling a couple spots since we last did this. Matt Benedetto. Oh no. I haven't noticed him as much lately. Still a great personality. He's 6. Alright, number 7. This one might shock the nation because I originally ranked him around the corner. Alex Bowman 7. I'm not sure why I put him low. I'm not sure why I put it that low initially. I think it was because Zach annoyed me so much with his God tier Bowman talk, but I just initially come to realize that, hey, I actually kind of like Bowman, despite everything Zach said about him. So put him at number 7.
Alex Bowman
It's
is
not
a
like
7-time champion.
This dude continues to fall a bit. 8th, Eric Almirola. He used to be my second favorite when I first started watching the sport, but doesn't really. He's a good guy, but kind of similar situation to Matt Benedetto. Number 9, Benny Hamster. Critical teammate to Matt Kenseth. Kind of started to like him that way. Didn't really like him around the 2018 season. Kind of got bad, but I've gained some respect for him back. And Christopher Bell at number 10.
Oh, dang.
Tanner.
Alrighty. Number 6 for me is Kurt Busch.
Yes.
Kurt Busch has been always in my top 5 favorites. He kind of bumped down to 6 due to last year's incident at Talladega, but I'm not really riled by it completely, but Kurt's always been up there, so I will always have a respect for him no matter what. Number 7, Brad Keselowski. This one grew on me a lot over the years, ever since that Texas incident. I used to have a burning hatred for Brad Keselowski, but I started to realize that it was just a racing incident. And Brad has been boosting up my favorite drivers list every year ever since that incident. And while he had a few instances with Byron, but they haven't completely rubbed against me, Brad will always be in now my top 10 favorites. Number 8, Eric Almirola.
Yes.
Yes.
Eric is probably my favorite driver on the SHR system right now. I've always had respect for him. He has the same backstory like Annette, where he's overcoming injuries and stuff. But I've always enjoyed Almirola as a driver, and he's a very great personality for the sport. He might not have success like others, but he'll be remembered for what he did the most. Number 9, Bubba Wallace. Bubba has been doing a lot of good things for the sport, and he's been gaining my respect. I mean, I've never hated him. He's always been a great driver to me, but this year he's been boosting up a lot, and I've gained a whole lot of respect for him. And I really hope he can find success in NASCAR with all this sponsorship he's getting, and I really hope he can be a superstar someday. Number 10, Christopher Bell.
Should be number 1.
Yeah, I know me and Jared have that little thing going on, but honestly,
Christopher Bell 27-0.
Sure, whatever in your world. But Bell's been my favorite rookie this year. He's very fun to watch. He has a bright future ahead of him. I can't wait to see him at JGR. He could be a superstar someday, but he might not be like immediate superstar, but he'll be one and have a few wins to his resume.
All right. My number 6 is Matt Kenseth. I don't think I really have to say much else. I mean, it's kind of sucked this year, but I don't think it's really tarnished his legacy, but I did better. I mean, I do kind of hope he just retires at the end of this year. I think it's about time for him, and we can see someone else in that 42 car. But I've always liked Matt Kenseth, and it was kind of cool to see him come back at least one more time. And, you know, speaking of that 42 car, someone who could possibly be in that ride, Bubba Wallace is my number 7. Basically the same reasons everybody else. What he's done for the sport is something insurmountable. I think there are people that hate him for stupid reasons that don't need to be disclosed, but we've seen it all over the place, but he doesn't deserve any of it. Even the run-ins with drivers he's had in the past, it's been nothing big. He doesn't deserve any of the hate he gets, and he's one of the best things to happen in NASCAR, especially in recent memory, and I know that one day, maybe even next year, he's gonna become a superstar in this sport, and I can't wait to see it.
On your point, his biggest run-in has been with Alex Bowman, and he's my number 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that just goes to show that just what he's done, it doesn't even matter the runs with drivers. Oh, you're all right, Jared.
100% in the wrong for what he done to Bowman. But he knows that. He's admitted that it was a stupid...
He owns up to it.
Him and Bowman's okay.
Yeah, he owns up to it, and he has one of the best personalities in the sport. He's just a really awesome guy, and he's real relatable. He interacts with the fans, and it's just great to see. Who's next? Let's see. My number 8, and he hasn't been this high before, but, you know, after meeting him, I've kind of gained a lot of respect for him. Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie is another kind of underdog story, but, you know, he still isn't in the greatest ride, and hasn't had the best season by any means, but, again, he's one of the best personalities in the series, and he can be successful. He's just got to find the right ride. It's just, unfortunately, he's just never really had the opportunity, but I know that he will someday. Maybe even next season. He could be the one announced to drive that 48 car. We'll just have to wait to find out.
He'd bullshit if he was. He ain't done shit to get that 48.
Dang.
Next up,
Hendrick has made risks like that before, and I think it turned out pretty well.
Next up, I put him down here only because, he's on a part-time basis, so I didn't want to put him too high, but Brendan Gaughan, just got to show some respect for this man. It's his final season in NASCAR. More race left, hashtag, and he's just someone that always shows.
Messing up here, sorry.
I'll get it for you. Just say the name.
A driver that I really like and enjoy. John Hunter Nemechek. I think he's a great driver. And sure, he wrecks a lot, and it's something that I know, and a lot of people bring up, but it's not a reason to hate him. I enjoy his racing style. I've always liked him since the Truck Series, and he's one of my favorite drivers of all time. I love you, John Hunter Nemechek. The next person on this list for me is one that a lot of people say, but honestly, he deserves to be loved. And that person is none other than Matt Benedetto. I love Matt Benedetto. He's such a cool guy. And honestly, I love his rise to the top of NASCAR. And then coming in at number 8, we have one of the greatest drivers of all time. I love this person. And this person is Brad Keselowski. I love Keselowski. Keselowski is one of the greatest drivers in NASCAR. And if you hate Bad Brad, I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. Those are mainly all my favorites. Now we're getting into the rest of the list, and honestly, coming in at number 9, I guess we can put. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Denny Hamlin. I really enjoy Denny Hamlin. I think he's a really awesome driver. I like how he runs. Sure, he's had a few run-ins, but besides that, he's pretty awesome. And then coming in at number 10, we have none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Kurt Busch. I love Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is awesome. Zach?
Alright, so for my number 6, Kurt Busch is absolutely amazing. There's really not much I can say that hasn't already been said. One of the best personalities in NASCAR. Very fun, very hype, and also has a good relationship with Alex Bowman, so that's another dub. Number 7, another great personality, Brendan Gaughan. Love Brendan Gaughan. Now we're starting to get to drivers that I'm okay with. Starting with Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is pretty good. I'm pulling for him to win this year. NASCAR needs a good villain, and I think Kyle Busch does do a lot for the sport. He is, as far as I can tell, a pretty good guy, especially when he's not behind the wheel of a car. As soon as he's behind the wheel of a car, he's the biggest jerk on the planet. But in most other instances, he's fine. Number 9, I'll stick Brad Keselowski. Brad, another pretty solid personality. He's whined a little bit, but I mean, I don't have anything against whining. But he's gotten into fights. At least kick Jeff Gordon's ass, like seriously.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
He's just a dipshit.
And at number 10, I'll slide in Ross Chastain.
Oh my!
I was pulling for Chastain to win at Darlington before no talent Denny Hamlin ruined everything, but
short track racing.
Short track racing, but yeah, it's but yeah, Ross Chastain slides in at number 10.
For number 6, we're gonna go with the man, the myth, the legend, Denny Hamlin. I don't really know why I like Denny Hamlin. Maybe just because purple and white and orange are probably three of my favorite colors, and especially I think they look good on a paint scheme. That's why I run FedEx and the Miss Leagues, but. And I just really like the story of how he sucked ass in 2018 and all that, and he's back up on top now. After him, it gets tough for me. We're gonna throw in, throw in Ty Dillon. I don't know what it is about Ty Dillon. I've always liked him. I had a bet on him in a Bristol race. The one where I believe it was Brad Slasky. Cowbush in the Xfinity race absolutely killed him. It may have been Joe Logano, I don't know. But then honestly, on Clint Boyer. I've always liked Clint Boyer. He gets a lot of hate. I don't understand why. The only reason I don't like Boyer is because of his ugly ass points games, but can't really control that, can he? Bubba Wallace is next. Great driver. He deserves way better equipment.
Well, Carter, you're the only one that don't have Bubba in your top 10, Carter.
Wow, Carter.
That's a role model for other drivers in the sport to follow. Excellent.
I smell racism.
And then for number 10.
Okay.
God damn it. And then for number 10, we're going to throw in Alex Bowman, Mike.
Woohoo! Finally. Well, I mean, everyone except I think freaking Caleb so far has Alex Bowman in their top 10.
I've always liked Alex Bowman.
Well, hold on a minute.
I don't know. He kind of slid down my list. I don't know why.
I'm just gonna
Probably because I'm such an asshole Alex Bowman fan. That's probably.
You really are.
Yeah, probably.
Also, Jared, you completely forgot about Seth. You don't have Bubba either.
Well,
okay.
He just hates Chevy in general. He only has 2 Chevys.
Oh.
And I think he likes Kurt Busch from his SHR days.
I hate Chevy. Who do I have?
you have Kurt. What do you mean you hate Chevys? You have 2 in your top 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, Kylie, number 6.
I wrote this down so let's not mess this up. 6th, we got Matt Kenseth. Was a fan of him running back then. Kind of just carried over. 7th, we got Jimmy. If you were there, you saw me silently rooting for him from the sidelines in the occasional race. 8th, we got Bowman.
Wow, so Seth and Caleb are the only 2 assholes that don't have Bowman.
9th, we got...
I have good reason.
Me.
Yes.
9th, we got Maddie D.
Yeah.
And 10th, we got Eric Gamoro.
Yes.
Yes.
Just wait, Gil.
Alright.
I won't be cheering later.
Yeah, probably
Wait,
not.
I'm the only one with Truex in my top 10. All of you are garbage. Boo.
Alright, number 11 for me is Jimmy Johnson. Not a bad driver, not a good driver. He is the driver of our generation. So yeah, Jimmy number 11. Number 12, Ryan Newman. Even though he went crash into the wall into the air, still a pretty good driver. Alright, Newman, let's go. Hype. Justin Newman, if you're in here, I love you.
That's really,
That
really
shit.
gay, not gonna lie.
Get your Jared
Oh, no.
pillow, Justin Newman.
Dang.
Brennan Gaughan, number 13, would be higher if he's full time. Awesome personality. Didn't really notice him really until last year's Talladega race, and whenever he was just like all happy, he's like, almost 10 points. Didn't stick the landing crack good enough. Really showed him up on my favorites. Number 14, this guy has fell a lot from being number 5 earlier this year, and it's because of one stupid, idiotic, dumbass move at Phoenix where he costed Bill yet another win.
Oh my god.
Kurt Busch, stupid Las Vegas. It's stupid Las Vegas.
Talented 2004 champion, Daytona 500 champion, Las Vegas.
So these 14, they're all right. If one of them wins a race, I'll be okay. Cool. Now we'll get to the meh jobbers. And my number 1 meh jobber is Ryan Blaney. So he puts in at number 15.
Whoa.
He's just there for me. I don't like him. Don't hate him. He's just there. He just jogs. So yeah, Ryan Blaney, number 15.
All right. Number 11, Chasey Pooh Elliott. I see a personality that can blossom. I think he's more than cardboard. We just have to wait a bit longer. Number 12. Here's the man, Bubba Wallace. I am not racist.
I just got thrown into the podcast.
I think we'll just move on from that.
Yeah, let's just not go there.
Number
That's just
13.
fun.
I used to hate this guy with all my heart. Least favorite driver from 2013 for a few years. And then I realized when I matured, hey, this dude's like one of the most humble people, one of the most just Jimmy Johnson, number 13. I hated him just because he won and beat Matt Kenseth in 2013.
Because he's a dumb little child.
I was a dumb little child. Number 14. I've always liked this rookie class, pretty sexy rookie class, and Cole Custer is 3rd out of the 4. Excluding Quinn Houff because he doesn't count. So yeah, in number 15, he did not die, thank the Lord.
He somehow made this list. Alright.
Tanner's like, finally, someone put Buescher in their top 15.
Yeah. Alright, my turn. Number 11 is a driver in the number 11, Denny Hamlin.
I still feel about Denny Hamlin.
Yep. I've never had a problem with Denny. I've always liked him. It was from that one race back in 2007 in New Hampshire, I believe, that him and Gordon had a photo finish. He earned my respect right there. And he's always been up there. He was in my top 10, but it's been up and down. But he'll probably be back up there someday. And he'll probably...
For no reason.
Yeah, for no reason. Number 12, I'm going to go with Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth has always been in my top 10 favorites, but this 2020 version of Matt Kenseth has just thrown me off. It ain't really the same Matt Kenseth that he once was, and I understand that he's in different equipment than he used to be, but it's kind of thrown me away from him.
Larson was winning races in the 42, just saying.
Fuck Larson.
It's not really the same 42 team. It's basically in a rebuilding mode. In number 13, I'm going with the highest part-timer I have, Brendan Gaughan. I mean, I've always liked Brendan in the Xfinity Series. His Talladega flip kind of brought him back up through my ranks again, but Brendan Gaughan is a pretty cool person, and he'll probably have one more memorable moment at Talladega this year. Number 14, Corey LaJoie. I like Corey's story. He's a very good person, a great personality who doesn't have a competitive ride. He might be facing an uncertain future, but I hope he can find success somewhere in some team that can take a shot on him. Number 15, Ryan Newman. My grandma was once a Ryan Newman fan. Once her favorite driver, Ricky Rudd, retired, but this year's 500 kind of brought Newman back up to the ranks. But he's always been. I've never had a hatred towards him, but he's always has an aggressive driving style. But I've never had a problem with it. But that's why he's 15. What?
Wait, you didn't hate him in 2014? What the?
Well, Brad kind of caused a little bit of that damage, and
yeah, but Newman punted an idiot up the track and cost the Gordon his front and playoff screw run.
I mean, there is that, but anyways, go on.
Zach Stern, you couldn't wait 1 minute. You see, this is where I had always planned. I had planned this since, like, having my top 5, 6, 7 set. Like, Bowman's going to be right here at number 11. You just couldn't wait for it.
No.
Okay, anyways.
Nope, I could not.
You couldn't. Bowman's my favorite Hendrick driver, and it's, I don't feel like I talk bad about him, but I feel like my whole prediction of him not making the round of 8 kind of seemed bad, but really, I have a lot of respect for Bowman. He has one of the best personalities in the sport. He has a really bright future. He just got to get sponsors behind him, and he could really be a championship contender. I mean, I really think that he still could be this year, but hasn't really had the greatest return since the pandemic with not having the greatest luck in the world. But I do like Alex Bowman. He has the potential to become one of my favorites in the future.
I think as the temperatures cool down and we start going to tracks as we were planned, he'll go back to early season form. That's
a possibility, and we got tracks like Kansas and Talladega, and even Phoenix for the finale. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities. This is where it kind of gets a bit difficult. I hope I don't take long on this one. Tyler Reddick, I have at number 12. I can't say I cared for him too much in the Xfinity series, but really it's just he's impressed me so far this rookie season. I mean, especially considering the RCR equipment. I mean, it has gotten better, but still, especially early on in the season, showed the most speed out of the rookies, could have won at Homestead, and I think he could very well win races like starting next season. He could become one of the best drivers in the series, and it's going to be great to see his rise in the Cup Series. Let's see, who do I have next? Yes. We're going to have another Chevy here at number 13. William Byron. Okay. He's kind of risen up my list a bit these past few weeks. The Daytona win, I gained a lot of respect for him there. I mean, maybe he could show a little bit more personality, but I feel like that'll start coming out real soon. I thought in his rookie season with how bad it was that he was just rushed up to the series, and you could still make that argument, but he's improved a lot. He has a lot of talent. One of the most talented drivers in the Cup Series right now. He's just got to. He's just got to. I don't know what I'm trying to say about Byron. He has a lot of potential, I think, is what I'm trying to say. And he can be a championship contender here really soon. Maybe not this season. I think he'll be around a 12 or 8 exit, but he's got a lot of potential in the future to become one of. All right. Next up, I'll put Denny Hamlin here. I mean, he's all right. I mainly have him up here because I've gained respect for him as well, just with how dominant he's been these past few years. Obviously, the pairing with Chris Gabehart has helped him a little bit, I guess you could say, win the 2 straight Daytona 500s, and I still think that he's going to win the championship this season, personally. And I can't wait to see it. He's probably the greatest NASCAR driver without a championship.
No, Mark.
And I think that
it's close.
Mark's a really, really close second. Look, when I tell you it's close, I mean it is close.
No, it's not Mark. No, close. It's Mark Martin.
I have a lot of respect for Mark Martin, but Denny, oh my god, especially if Denny is going to go through, I still think.
Denny's had a lot more dominant seasons than Mark Martin had. Mark Martin had like
He has. He spent a lot of close
Second points 5 times.
40 cup wins to 28, Caden.
Yeah.
You know what, Zach?
And I don't even like Denny Hamlin.
This one might seem a bit shocking, and it's kind of shocking to me considering what I thought of him a few years back. Brad Keselowski. Look, Jared. Considering what I used to think of him, this is actually pretty impressive. I used to hate Brad Keselowski. Not the way I hate Joey Logano. That's a whole different story. But I used to really dislike Brad Keselowski. The first race I went to in NASCAR, Brad Keselowski won back in 2014 in the Cobalt 400. I was sad. It sucked. But he's really come around like the past 2.5 seasons or so, I guess you could say. He's really matured a lot. He's cleaned up his act, and he's someone who's very vocal about the sport and will give his opinions if it means that he's able to help the sport get better. And he also is one of the best personalities in the sport. Again, he's real open about things. He's not all sheltered and quiet. And yeah, he's had run-ins in the past, but that's all right. My favorite drivers had 1 billion more run-ins than that. But, I think he's someone people haven't looked at that much this year, but if anything, you could consider him part of a so-called Big Three. I mean, he hasn't shown up too much lately, but he's had a really good season, and he's probably going to make it to the Championship 4. So I would watch out for Brad Keselowski, but I've gained a lot of respect for him, so he's my number 15.
Bacon Thief?
Seth?
Bacon Thief has passed away here at the Lowe's Motor.
He's muted at the moment.
Oh my gosh, I was talking this entire time. What?
Oops were made, but it's your turn.
Okay. My number 11 is honestly the GOAT, Matt Kenseth. You can't go wrong with Matt. Matt is such a great driver. I love Matt Kenseth.
That's right, baby.
Woo! Coming in at number 12, or 12th, I guess. My 12th favorite driver. Ross Chastain. I love Ross Chastain so gosh dang much. He's one of my favorite drivers of all time. Now, here's where things get interesting. You got a lot of good drivers and a lot of bad drivers, and decent drivers or drivers that could care less about whatever they do in their career. And a driver I could care less about, but I still have a mutual respect for, is Corey LaJoie. I think he's all right. I'm not, a huge, I'm not Brandon supporting I'm not like Brandon levels of Corey LaJoie support, and but I still like Corey LaJoie. I think he's a great driver. That's about all I have on him. Coming in at number 14, everyone's been pressuring me to put this on here. Almost everyone has him in the top 15, and a certain someone really likes this driver, so we're gonna put William Byron in the 14th placement. I like William
his
Byron.
standing spin.
He's actually.
I'm only saying. Okay. Let me clear that up. I'm only saying that to be annoying. He's a real round of 8 contender. He's proven to me he's a real round of 8 contender. I still don't think he'll get there, but he'll be close.
Round of
16.
Barely around a 12.
Byron. I don't think he's gonna make the round of 8, but it would be awesome if he did.
He won't, but he'll be one of those. But he'll be one of the first ones. But he'll be like the closest one to making it.
Coming in at number 15, one of Tanner's favorites, Chris Buescher. I like Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher is cool.
So for number 11, can't believe I'm gonna be the first guy. Well, actually, I can believe I'm the first guy that's gonna put this one. Austin Dillon. I think he's
Oh,
highly underrated driver. Very, very good. Even if I do want to shove that silver spoon up his ass, just like Alex Bowman, but
damn.
he's got a lot of personality, and people don't like it because like his granddaddy supposedly paid for his ride, even though he's proven multiple times that he deserves it. But I don't know. For number 12, good place to put Ricky Stenhouse. Ricky Stenhouse, great person, another really good personality. Does one of the best restrictor plate racers of our time, but again, a few dumb mistakes here, and just refusing to apologize to Kyle Busch, I think was
Yeah.
not very classy of him. But
Didn't mean to.
you know, yeah, but
Kyle
he
never
didn't need to.
apologized.
It was one bad race. It doesn't define his career, and he's done a lot of really cool. He's done a lot of really like awe-inspiring things. So on the track, that is. I mean, off the track, he's bland as a rock. But Ricky Stenhouse. 13, I'm gonna put Cole Custer. The moment I decided to love Cole Custer was when he absolutely wiped out John Hunter Nemechek. That was amazing.
Yes.
I think I might have spoiled where I'm gonna put John Hunter Nemechek because but Cole Custer at number 13. I loved when he took him out. I love drivers that'll stand up for themselves, and I love drivers that fight. I love drivers that can actually fight someone and like make him
Remember when he
make him
fought
look like
Reddick?
an ass.
Or when Reddick fought. Oh, fought Reddick, but we don't talk about
that. Speaking of Reddick, that's who I'm putting at number 14. Reddick is I've grown to appreciate Tyler Reddick. I don't really have. This is where I start like losing connection to the drivers, but Tyler Reddick, I pulled for him to win the Xfinity title in 2019. I've since switched to liking Bell, but Reddick is pretty cool. And then for 9th, Corey LaJoy is a pretty cool dude. I mean, I just love the face car, honestly. That's freaking hilarious.
Caden.
I'm alive.
Welcome back.
So, next. This is where it starts getting complicated for me. If you didn't see, I changed everybody besides my top 6 to Max. Top 6 only. The only people I care about, so. Next, I'm gonna have to throw in. No, we're gonna throw in DiBurrito. Matt DiBenedetto. And, I mean, I was at the, was it 2019 Bristol race where he almost won?
Yeah.
I was at that race. It kind of annoyed me that people were mad at Denny Hamlin after that race. That didn't really make any sense. His job is to win, but, you know, he's pretty decent. Next, Cole Custer. I've always been a Tyler Reddick fan, so I didn't really pull for Cole Custer in the Xfinity Series, but, you know, great driver. Good rookie. Got a win at my home track, so that was pretty epic to see, I guess. Even though Blaney was up there, too. Next, we're going to throw in Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth is a pretty... You know, I agree with you at some point, Jared, that he's kind of tarnishing his career. I mean, not really, though. He still has a great career. But these last couple of years have not been the best for him, and I think he should just hang it up at the end of the season. Ryan Newman, actually. I should have put Ryan Newman like 5 spots ahead where he is, but you know, we're just going to throw him in now because I completely forgot about him. I don't really care for when he flipped because, you know, I had money on different drivers, Kevin Harvick, but
Wow.
you know, I was too busy rooting for Kevin Harvick to win money than been more about Ryan, but that's besides the point. You know what? Next, my last pick. Is it my last pick? Yeah. We're gonna throw in Michael McDowell.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know why, but well, I don't really care for Michael McDowell at all. I just don't hate him, so we're just gonna throw him in.
No, for no reason.
Yeah.
Michael McDowell 15th for no reason.
Yeah.
20th in points for no reason.
No reason.
Putting Michael McDowell at 15th on your
Ryan
favorite
Newman has
drivers
a
list.
catch fence for no reason, so why not?
God dang it.
So we got Blaney as my 11th favorite.
No.
Yes.
The only reason he's up there is because I love body armor now, so I owe it only to
Ah,
Blaney.
good point.
Next we got 32. Don't ask me why, because I do not have an answer for you. Then we got. I feel like if you know me, you would know the reason why the 13 is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
14th, we got Brad Keselowski.
Interesting.
I would get in trouble if he wasn't in the top 15, so that's why he's there. And then we got
Just a dipshit.
nice Denny Hamlin, 15th.
We
I used to be a fan of him.
Jared?
Number 16 is Corey LaJoy. Was higher earlier in the season, but just has shown no improvement whatsoever. Just not that talented, to be honest. Number 16, pitch as Corey LaJoy. Number 3, Austin Dillon. He's alright, but nothing special about the kid. Well, we got 2 Corey LaJoys.
Which one is the other?
We got 2 Austin Dillons now.
Oh,
one's the
God!
2 ADs and 2
But
quarters.
anyways, number 18 is Ryan Priest.
Now we got 4 Austin Dillons.
Right. We got 4 Austin Dillons.
Also, just very meh. No one cares about Ryan Priest. Does Ryan Priest actually have fans?
Who knows?
Caleb.
The inside wall.
I have no idea.
Number 19, Michael McDowell. Meh. Do you care to give 2 shits about him? Same as number 20, Chris Buescher. Don't give 2 shits about that guy either.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, hop aboard. Alright, number 16. Wish he had a better ride, and he might get that, who knows. I think he has a great personality to share up the NASCAR role. Corey LaJoie, number 32. Number 17. A villain, keeps things interesting. Kyle Busch.
Too low.
Number 18.
Just be happy none of us are going to put him last, Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb.
Imagine we brought Chase
Yeah, good
VI9 on this.
Yeah.
You would have to deal with Kyle Busch is like Kyle Busch is like just
Kyle Busch bad. Chase Elliott good. Kyle Busch is Kyle Busch.
Junior bad.
Alright.
Junior bad. Chase Elliott good.
Alright, Carter.
Junior is bad.
Carter, keep going.
Number 18 is the daddy himself. Ryan.
Oh.
Number 19.
Daddy himself.
I've had him for like
Vascular.
I had him for like 10, 12 spots maybe. Because I'm realizing that he really is over aggressive. But I mean, that doesn't change the fact that he's still entertaining.
Overweight?
Yeah, Chastain.
Wow.
I'm beginning to notice a lack of a certain JTG Doherty racer.
And Brett Keselowski, Carter. Fuck!
Alright, and number 20. I share his last name. I don't know, I guess that's the only reason.
He's number 20.
Wow.
For no reason.
Where the fuck
Anyways.
is Brad?
Oh, dang. Number 16, I have Tyler Reddick.
Simp.
Tyler Reddick's just starting up in the Cup Series, but if he starts progressing in the future with RCR, he could definitely jump up there because I'm starting to like him more and more later down this year, and he has a bright future in the Cup Series. I feel like he can help revitalize RCR into becoming on the road back to possibly being a competitive team again, and that's the reason why he's 16. Number 17. Let's throw in John Hunter Nemechek. John Hunter is okay. I mean, I like him a bit, but his bad summer kind of threw me away from him. And I mean, I don't know about where he's going to go in his career.
How many drivers are going to throw you?
A lot. You're going to be throwing a lot more at me. Number 18.
What?
Let's go with Cole Custer.
I'm
Cole
getting
Custer. What?
I'm noticing a lack of a certain Joe Gibbs driver.
You'll find out later. Cole Custer, he's met to me. I mean, he's okay at best. He'll be successful at Stewart-Haas Racing, but he's just met, in my opinion. He'll just be an okay driver. 19, Eric Jones. His career is kind of unknown at this point, and he might have did fail expectations at JGR, but he'll probably get somewhere in the Chevy camp. But at this point, he'll just probably be either in a good Chevy car or a mediocre Chevy car. But that's the reason why I have Jones right there for now.
Bottom line, he's in a Chevy.
He's guaranteed to be in a Chevy next year.
100%.
Number 20, Matty D.
Nice.
I'm still slightly frustrated with his move at Las Vegas, but I've kind of gotten over it. But he's okay. He's risking his career a lot, but it's somewhat paying off. But he won't be a championship-worthy driver. He'll just find success somewhere, and I feel like he'll be an average driver at best.
All right, I think a lot of these I'm just going to kind of start racking off.
A round of 8.
I just put him in there for luck. There's always going to be that one driver who lucks through the playoffs.
It's not
Just
Benedetto.
Ryan, even 2014.
I think Caleb just went completely silent.
Caleb,
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
we hear you now.
I said I was just going to kind of start racking these off. I'm really just, I don't have too much to say about these drivers. I'll just kind of put them here through. This is just how I feel about each individual one. I don't really have too much of an overall opinion. Oh geez, some people aren't going to like me for this one.
I'm in lower. It's okay.
Alright.
I know 2 people that have him last. That haven't.
And then nothing against Jimmy here. I have a lot of respect for the guy, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's someone that I root for on a weekly basis. That's just how it is. Same thing with Chase Elliott.
Alright, well, for me at least, let's get this over with. Hey, can you hear me? I mean, you guys are.
Okay, let's not go down that road. Let's not go down that road.
I was confused.
Zach!
Moving on. Number.
Who's your 16?
Number 16. Ryan Blaney. I like Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney is cool. He's like a hipster turtle. Yeah.
There we go. Two things.
Just for what Bubba Wallace is 17th. I like Bubba Wallace. Yeah. Everyone was, getting on me for not having. I think he's all right. He's an okay driver. I enjoy him. He's cool. He plays drums. That's pretty epic.
Random Bubba Wallace fact.
Coming in at. Yeah, there you go. Come in next week and you'll find a new fact. Coming in at number 18, we have a driver who, if you would have asked me back in 2015, I would have said this guy is the worst driver in NASCAR history. The guy I hate the most. But now, honestly, he's cool. I respect all the grind he's done throughout the years. And that man is Jimmy Johnson. There you go, Jimmy. You did it. And then number 19, an extremely overhated driver, but I could care less about anything he does. If he wrecks my driver, I'm angry, but I'm honestly not too angry. That man is Kyle Busch. I feel like he is way overhated compared to a lot of other drivers. And I just don't understand it. I just find him fun.
Still sounds funny.
In words of you, if you don't even like that racing, don't even watch. So yeah, Kyle Busch is.
Well, don't watch it.
Coming in at number. Gosh dang it, Jerry. Coming in at number 20. We got ourselves a nice, cold, crisp Christopher Bell here at number 20. I like Chris. He's all right.
Chris?
I'm starting to notice that a particular Hendrick driver is missing, Seth.
Don't worry, we'll get to him.
Yeah, Kylie.
Later.
What?
Zach.
Alright. This is where I lose all connection to the drivers beyond my top 15, starting with Chase Elliott. No connection to Chase whatsoever. If he wins, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Chase fans, but I have no connection whatsoever to Chase Elliott.
Charlotte.
As much as I pretend to hate Ryan Blaney for Caden, I really don't. No, he's 17th, not 18th.
18th.
He moved down a spot and then moved up a spot.
Dang, Ryan Blaney is just out of control. Don't stop him.
The only driver that's moved on a leaderboard so far. Let's go.
Who's number 18 since Blaney moved up?
I have no issues with Eric Jones, so I'll put him there. I don't care for Eric Jones, but he's decent enough. For number 19, don't really have the respect for De Benedetto that, like, same story as Bowman, but Bowman really earned his way up. De Benedetto just sort of like cried his way up. But
oh wow!
But
wow!
I don't have anything against De Benedetto. He's decent enough. A bit overrated at this point, but yeah. And then this guy, I used to have in my top 5. I'm surprised no one's brought this up yet. Actually, no, I'm moving him down even lower than this. Who am I gonna put 20th?
Who's big 2-0?
Harvick.
Yeah, no, good luck with that one, Kylie.
Oh.
Let's put Daniel Suarez here. Okay, no, Kylie.
That wasn't me.
No.
I can't do that.
I Daniel Suarez. I like not really not a fan of him at all, but he did absolutely destroy Michael McDowell, so that's always that's a plus in my book.
Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna start off. Just throw Martin Truex Jr. And then Eric Jones. They're both pretty garbage. I couldn't care less for either of them. Next, throw Byron on. Don't really care for him. Plate win, whatever.
Brian Blaney.
Okay, buddy. Pocono. Alright, you know what? You know what?
Oh.
Do I already have Matt Kenseth for my list? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do.
There's a lack of
gets
Christopher
hard.
Bell there, you son of a.
Fine, throw in Christopher Bell. I don't care for any of you guys anyway.
Damn.
Okay, Ron Blaney simp.
My last guy, Jimmy Johnson. I used to like him a lot more. I think his ally cars are ugly, and I like paint schemes a lot. And that makes me hate a driver when their paint scheme's ugly. Jimmy Johnson.
Joey Logano.
You see a lack of Joey Logano on my list, Caleb.
Just short
Yeah.
racing.
He's for speedway racing.
We got Kurt Busch.
Yeah, too low.
It's fine. His brother's even lower. Then we got
Oh, no.
Custer. Just so Jared doesn't hate me, Bella's next.
That's what I thought.
And then we got the 62.
I'm going.
That's only 4 drivers, so we go next one. Suarez.
Oh, dang.
Did you only put Suarez there because I did?
No, I have it sectioned off on my paper, and I just miscounted. There's 4 in the one box, but there should be 5.
Damn.
Dang.
My number 21. This bitch doesn't know what a mirror is. Quit off. Don't give shits about this kid, honestly. I wouldn't even know him if I seen him walking across the street. Like, whenever he's homeless in a few years, I won't even notice him on the side of the road.
Oh my.
What a burial.
Next is another very untalented driver. Does not deserve. People say he deserves maybe the 48. No. Don't have any chick. Straight trash. Another garbage driver that does not deserve the 48 and probably belongs maybe in Orca, if that. Eric Jones. Garbage driver.
Wow.
Don't deserve that 20 car. Glad he's out. Next, another very, 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 very trash driver. Cole Custer. Undeserving piece of shit in the playoffs. Should be bail. But Custer gets everything handed to him. Ain't had to work for a goddamn thing in life because he's related to bitch ass Gene Haas. Screw him. It should just be Stewart Racing. Not stupid Gene Haas. I hate you, Gene Haas. If you was a driver, you'd be fucking last.
Damn.
Number 25, another very overrated driver that I could give 2 fucks about, Brennan Poole.
Alright. Number 21, boys and girls. Very neutral to this person. Martin Truex Jr.
There we go. All right.
Number 22. Rain Keselowski.
Just a dipshit.
Number 23. I just realized I'm satisfying a lot of you guys by putting these drivers in this gap to 5 I have. Ryan Blaney. But they're all mad drivers.
Wow.
Is that the new driver in the 13th?
Someone put Michelson. I didn't see. Number 24. The man, Ryan Preece. And number 25. Ironic you put the 13 because Ty Dillon was 25th.
Okay. Number 21, I have Ryan Blaney.
Too much hate for Blaney.
I don't hate Blaney. I used to like him last year, but he just meh to me now. Let's... Number 22, I'm going to put...
Who's number 21?
I'm Ryan Blaney. 22, Daniel Suarez.
That's now Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney now drives the 96, which has been renumbered the 0.
No.
Suarez,
No.
I just don't really have no opinion on him. His career is kind of basically at this point of one move away from being out of the Cup Series entirely. He's just there at this point. 23. Just put Brandon Poole there. He's just another damaged good driver. His career won't go anywhere. 24. Ross Chastain.
Dang.
Wow.
Listen, he's not a Cup Series regular. He's higher in the Xfinity Series, but his aggressive driving style just throws me away from him.
Literal worst driver in the field, though.
Thought that's Blaney.
They both do the same thing, but Blaney at least gets respected. Number 25, Jerry Logano.
Well, my son has him on his fucking list.
Trust me, Jared, it doesn't get much
Joey's
better from
meh.
here.
He's just okay.
It won't get any better.
Stupid moves.
Way overrated, Joey Logano.
Okay.
Can't race a plate race.
I can blame you without trying to kill Ron Newman, but that's besides the point.
Next up, I'll put Ryan Preece. Let me think. I think next I'll put Suarez. He kind of just like absolutely dropped Michael McDowell. That was pretty funny. Okay, buddy. I'll put John Hunter Nemechek. 2030 is alright. It's getting a bit difficult down here. I guess this is where I can throw in Chris Buescher. He's alright, I guess. And then who the hell do I put here?
Blair.
Not even.
You should just put Ty Dillon.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a pretty good point.
And now
Probably
you
the only one left I'm like okay
same
about.
person.
That's about where he is.
Alright. Now it's my turn. And I've gotten a lot of hate recently for not including a certain Hendrick driver for some reason. Really don't know why. It's pretty weird, but as you may know, I got to make a few wrongs right. So, Michael McDowell at number 21. Michael McDowell, he's pretty cool, you know.
Is he just there for no reason?
21st for no
Yeah, he's
reason.
there for at night.
At night.
And yeah.
Number 22 is, yeah, it's just some guy in an 88 car. It doesn't matter. Coming in at number 23, we got, coming in at number 23, we have Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick's pretty cool. I like Tyler Reddick. He's decent. Don't really care for him. Probably my least favorite of the rookie class.
Okay, but
I mean, well, not the worst of the rookie class, of course, but you know, he's cool. He won 2 Xfinity championships in a row. A driver that I really forgot about that was even on the list was Brendan Gaughan. So here's Brendan Gaughan. Sorry about that.
Wow.
Should have put him up earlier. That's my mistake. But
You
I just
bastard.
he's okay. Honestly, anyone in the mess section could either be interchangeable. I could care less about any of these drivers, but they're cool. I respect what they've done for the series. Yeah, that's about it. And then lastly, my last driver in this meh section. I'm gonna go with the crowd and put another driver who drives the 13 car, and his name is Daddy Van Pie. No, it's Ty Dillon.
Bro.
That's something.
Alright, so, literally, I'm just putting all the back markers here because I don't care about any of the back markers. So, Ryan Newman.
Excuse me, motherfucker.
How is Ryan Newman a back marker?
Last time I checked, Zach, he likes to run way up there, if you know what I'm talking about.
He likes to run along the catch fence, buddy.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Quickly.
Let's speed the process.
Continuing with the back markers, we have Matt. What the hell?
Matt Kenseth's so good that he
Matt, what the hell?
went from bad to Matt.
Yeah, but continuing with the back markers, we have Matt
Just
Kenseth.
because I put Alex Bowman at 22, you're angry. Okay, fine.
I'm not.
Whatever.
I'm not angry.
Just disappointed.
I'm just trying to piss off Carter because I know Matt Kenseth's not a back marker. Why else would I say it other than Carter's here?
Matt Kenseth is a back marker this year. He's garbage. Ruined his reputation.
Yeah.
Ruined a Hall of Fame
He should
spot.
have won Daytona night, but he got kind of fucked over.
I've never had any connection to Matt Kenseth whatsoever. That I've never
I had a
really
sexual
cared.
connection with
Never really
Kenseth
cared
once.
for him.
Oh,
Never really found him funny. Just never really gelled with his personality.
He was never supposed to be funny.
That's a lie, Tanner, and you know it. Let's stick Brennan Poole here. Oh, my meh isn't big enough, but we'll yeah, Brennan Poole I really don't give a crap about. Name is Ryan Preece. And then to close out the I don't give a shit category, we have Ty Dillon. From this point out, I have something against everyone.
Well, dang.
hold up. Look at 4 of the number 25 ranked drivers.
Three pits Ty Dillon.
Well, we're just gonna start listing names because I don't care about any of these people. All right, Quinn Houff, Yeah, why not? Kevin Harvick. Why not? Austin Dillon. Literal no talent, but why not? Who else? Going down the list here. Chris Buescher. Because why not? Who else? We have one more spot. You know what? We're just gonna throw in Brendan Gaughan. Probably should put him higher. I forgot about him though.
Overlooked.
Okay. So we got Joey Logano.
Huh.
Joey Logano bad. Cryo Bush.
Also bad.
Joey Logano bad.
You're
Kyle
bad.
Busch bad.
Chase Elliott.
Good.
No.
Oh, come on.
Denny Hamlin.
Oh, good lord, no!
It's not letting me talk Chase Elliott.
Alright, dude, Joey's. Imagine, just put Joey in every card.
Jones.
Just put Joey.
Oh
Joey Logano Cup Series. Let's get it.
Truex, just so Seth isn't upset.
I could care less where you put Truex. All I know is that I like Truex, and that's fine, good enough for me.
And Ryan Newman. Now, if you see a theme, Byron ain't in here yet.
no! Oh, what?
Oh no!
I think you're targeting someone. You're targeting someone.
I think.
Turn
I
away.
think we have a winner
Neither is
for highly
Cowboys, it's
located
okay.
driver.
Zach, should I just finish this out since it's already 11:09 on the East Coast?
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright, so number 26 is Kevin Harvick. Don't give two fucks about the boring bitch. Has done nothing in his entire career to do anything.
Champion.
Next,
Nothing.
Okay.
Clint Boyer.
Damn.
Don't give a fuck about him either. Stupid bitch. Denny Hamlin is next. You can give two shits about him as well. Next. Yes. Let's see. This is hard to rank like these next two because I don't give two shits about these two either. I guess we'll just put Eric Almirola there.
Wow.
Wow.
Literally, the only time he has done good this season is whenever they rigged a random draw for him. Since they changed that at the Daytona, of course, has not done jack diddly shit. So he is not a good driver. The only reason he was doing so good was because of the random draw. Next. Yes, let's see. Like, I know my bottom, three, but the rest are hard to rank. Am I missing someone? Let's see. Reddick, fuck him. Let's see. Reddick, Kyle Busch, Matt Benedetto.
You can work your way from the bottom, maybe, since you're just finishing up.
What about Suarez?
I'm trying to find out the other. Let's see, Suarez,
Chastain.
Chastain, and who's the other one? Let's see, we got Reddick,
You were saying
Kyle Busch, Matt Benedetto, Martin Truex Jr. Okay. Up next, Daniel Suarez, untalented piece of shit, bastard, bitch, motherfucker.
Ah.
Oh, no.
Top tier equipment. Top tier equipment for 3 years. Do not do jack diddly shit. People that say he deserves a second chance, he got 3 chances and he blew all 3 of them. Screw Daniel Suarez, untalented garbage. Alright. Oh shit, we're doing the race. Next, Tyler Reddick. Not talented one bit. 2 lucky Xfinity Series championship wins. Screw Christopher Bell out of 2 championships. Screw you, Tyler Reddick. Next, another very untalented driver, and he has showed it a lot this year. Him showing it this year just shows that he really does not deserve to be in a top tier ride in NASCAR, and that's Kyle Busch.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
all right. I see how it is.
And we'll go ahead and we'll do our final 3 last. So Carter, go ahead.
Okay, alright. So, drivers I literally don't care about. Brendan Poop. Nima Checkers.
Klaus Michelson.
Vamos amigos, dude.
Balinos.
That's racist.
That's pretty racist.
That's symbolic terrorism.
Okay, Jared.
McDonald's, dude.
Wrong McDonald.
Ran good in the Xfinity Series at Bristol, but did nothing else. Quinn Houff. Now this is where it gets juicy. Wait, hold on. Sorry. This is backwards. There we go.
There, Quinn Houff.
Right. This is where it gets juicy for my next 2 here. And even juicier once we all reveal our final 3. But I had this dude pretty high up. But you see, sometimes things change. And things have certainly changed. I still think he's a great personality, funny guy. But man, when he just screws over your favorite driver in endless amounts of ways, you just can't personally like him anymore. I'm sorry. And then Mr. Horseshoe 8 wins, Kevin Harvick. Never really liked him.
Alrighty. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. At 26 and 27, put Ryan Preece and Michael McDowell. Never really cared for either one of them. They're just journeyman drivers at best. Tw- 28, I have Kyle Busch. Huh. I don't hate him that much anymore. It's kind of
car.
You are literally a stereotype of Hendrick, Tanner.
Still 2020.
Next, we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Oh, still going.
Did
Still a stereotype.
Still 2020.
Not really.
Okay,
He used to be my top 3 this year, but since Byron got that win, I'm over it. Number 30, Austin Dillon.
Bruh.
Just don't really have no care for him. Let's see what we have next. Let's go Quinn Houff.
Quinn Houff, mirror broke.
His mirror is always broke. He never had talent anyway. I don't even know why he's in the Cup Series. And number 32 is MTJ.
I feel sad. I feel my heart crack.
He's just become a crybaby lately, and that's my opinion. Go ahead, Keel.
That's a great way to lead in. Truex is my 26. This is where it kind of gets interesting. I've lost a lot of respect for Truex, but he's not low enough to put him in like any hate category. He's like barely above that spectrum right now. I don't know. I mean, he was in my top 10 in like 2016, 17, even 18, but he's lost that humbleness that it seemed like he had at one point with winning, and now he just kind of whines about a lot, and I just don't find that likable. He's very, very just bland.
Caleb, you're missing a certain Penske driver on this list.
I don't care. And then this next one here, and I want to make this very, very clear. Wait. I have no hate for this guy whatsoever or liking for him. Kevin Harvick is probably the most meh driver ever. Just look, I don't hate him at all. I mean, what he's done is very respectable. He's one of the best drivers in NASCAR, probably the best driver in NASCAR right now. 57 wins, a championship, possibly another one this year. And he's just been unbelievably dominant, and I respect it. And also, if I put him any lower than I already did, then I would have been shot. Let's see, 28th, I'm going to throw in, I guess, Michael McDowell. I don't know, he's just, the last few years, running the runs that he's had with, like, Suarez and Bubba Wallace, I just haven't really liked him that much. I mean, he's a nice guy, but I don't know, he's just the way he races, the way he condones himself, he just doesn't really take much responsibility. Let's see. I'll put here good old Quinn Huff, I don't care. Whatever his name is. He doesn't deserve my time. And then put Brennan Poole, doesn't deserve my time. He just doesn't. And it's going to get kind of actually really interesting down here. And this is going to be one of the biggest shockers, but I've kind of stated this already. Austin Dillon has left my hate category. I'm still kind of salty. I will admit I'm still kind of salty about the Daytona 500 in 2018. That still pisses me off, but he's gained my respect this year. Texas got me a little bit ticked, but, you know, he straight up won that race. Almost straight up won Darlington. That would have been something. So he's down to 31. Yeah. And then down here, Clint Boyer. Just, he's underperformed. Hasn't been good since hasn't really been good in years. 2018 he was alright, but really that was just SHR as a whole doing really good.
Wow.
But he hasn't done anything good ever since. I just really don't like Clint Boyer. Like, you know, he has a really good personality. I think he'll do great when he's in the booth. But as a driver, I just think he really sucks and doesn't deserve the 14 and never did. And if he would have stayed in the 15 in 2016 with that, well, if H. Scott would have still been in business or he would have gone to some other back marker, I would have been completely fine with it, to be honest, because I don't think he deserves any top equipment.
Alright, my turn. I kind of, delayed the inevitable, but Kevin Harvick, I probably should have put him a little bit higher, but I don't know, I just kind of forgot. Yeah. But, Kevin Harvick, he's pretty great. Coming in at number 27, crash into the wall, into my heart. Ryan Newman.
Oh.
I love you, Ryan. I'm joking. That's gay.
Oh, God.
Anyways, coming in at number 28, we have none other than no talent, defund NASCAR, Quinn Houff. He does nothing for the sport. He's he's garbage. There's nothing I can really say about him. And then, Ryan Preece is there too, I guess. And the same can be said. Oh shoot, I messed up.
Wow, you just completely destroyed Brendan Poole.
Yeah, I did
Rip Brendan Poole.
Oh my God, he's dead, Mikey.
Brendan Poole, at number 30. He's boring. He does nothing. He almost got his first career win at Talladega, but Elliott Sadler said drives through at Big Wreck at the line. Brendan Poole. Yeah. Sorry. Anyways, coming in at number 31, we got ourselves. Surprisingly, he has somehow redeemed himself in my eyes. And that man is none other than Austin Dillon. Now, I give Austin Dillon crap, and I'm just like Caleb all over again. Like, honestly, he has redeemed himself. Barely. Still don't like him, but he's there. And this is probably one of the most shocking decisions you will ever see me make. At the number 32 spot, Chase Elliott.
What?
Deserves to be lower, honestly.
That means there's three
I-
drivers.
I'm the angry
that
Chase
more than
Elliott
Chase
fan.
Not enough
Elliott.
for me to put him into, the bottom three. He's not that low. But I still don't like him. He still sucks. That's just how I feel about him.
You're a Martin Truex Jr. fan, bud.
Alright, so I lied. There was actually one more driver that I give zero shits about, and that is Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher is just not that talented. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that he was buoyed by the JTG equipment.
Buoyed. Buoyed.
Okay, Jared. Now we start getting into drivers that I don't like. Starting with John Hunter Nemechek. I was not a fan of how he raced Cole Custer in that truck race. The trucks is where I started to dislike him. That was just not a clean move. I just didn't like I'm fine with punting someone out of the way, but pinning them against the wall is just chicken shit, really. It's just not. It's just not.
Okay, Austin Cindric fan.
Just a dipshit.
That was a bump.
Yeah, but let's turn chicken shit into chicken salad.
Yeah, Austin Cindric bumped Kaz Grala. That wasn't. I mean, Kaz Grala's fault he couldn't hold the car straight.
Who put Potato Farmer in Carter's 35th?
Let's just ignore that one. Let's ignore that.
Let's move on. Who's 28?
28 is Eric Almirola. Just
Wow.
not for anything he's done. Not like for anything he's done in particular on track, but just the fact that that every single year he does like one halfway decent thing, he's considered a dark horse for the championship. Like he had a good 12 race stretch, and now he's a dark horse for the championship. It bothers me. Like, it doesn't bother me that people like him. It bothers me how good people think he is. He's not good. He's highly overrated. He's not a good driver. Buoyed by the 10. He's buoyed by the 10 car, which is shocking considering it was. Okay, stop. Like, actually, yeah, but he's buoyed by the 10 car. He's not that good.
Dang.
Let's see, who are we gonna stick at number 29? Quinn Half just proved. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Quinn Half just proved how much of a no talent he is with Texas. That was just one of the dumbest things I've ever seen done. And honestly, that's part of the reason Ryan Preece was so low. I liked him before, and then he tried to kill Jimmy Johnson. And that was just, that was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life, and that's why Ryan Preece is so low. That was unintentional. I don't know how that got there, but, alright. I'll stick Michael McDowell in 30th. No respect for that guy since he got absolutely decked by Daniel Suarez for an incident he created. That was entirely his fault. And then he just didn't even try to talk. Daniel Suarez was heading over to talk, and he just said "fuck you" and went straight to fighting. And I lost all respect for Michael McDowell with that moment. Who else have I really lost respect for?
Very beautiful.
Yeah, but
David Reagan.
all right. There's 5 drivers here I haven't picked yet. Where are they?
Clint Boyer.
Harvick.
Oh yeah. Absolutely lost all respect for Clint Boyer this season. He was, if you remember back to my
Pocono.
if you remember back to my first yeah, well, I'm getting there, but if you remember back to when I originally ranked, I had Clint Boyer 4th. I loved his personality, but since then he's wrecked he's tried to wreck every single I don't know what his deal is with Hendrick drivers. He's tried to wreck every single one of them. I think he wrecked Jimmy twice at New Hampshire. He tried to kill Alex Bowman at Pocono for absolutely no reason.
Alex Bowman made contact first.
It wasn't worthy of getting door slammed 3 times. That was absolutely stupid of him. Just absolutely no respect. All the times he screwed Byron over, just no respect for the guy. He's completely washed up. All right, I know who my top
can I
3.
say something?
Hey, Zach.
What?
Go ahead, Carter.
Okay. Our check out our list from 29th to 31st. They're the exact same.
Wait, what do you mean?
Damn. All right, there's one driver. I know who my 3.
Wait! I had something to say before you go on.
What?
The Alex Bowman and Clint Boyer incident was sort of like Kurt Busch and Alan Kawicki. Not Alan Kawicki, fuck. Ricky Craven, whatever the fuck his name is. At Rockingham or Darlington, whichever one it was in 2004.
It wasn't for the win. That's the problem. If that was for the win and that was going on, I would have no problem with what Clint Boyer did. But because it was a race for 8th, I have a problem with it. And Boyer had been holding him up for a ton of laps.
Yeah, but Clint Boyer is a redneck, so he probably don't know how to count, so he probably thought it was for the lead.
Alright. Alright, I need to find the one.
Thought Boyer was
I know who my top 3 worst drivers are, so I need to find the one driver I haven't used yet that isn't top 3.
Harvick.
What did the Ice Age baby do?
Shut up, please.
Now I know who it is. Okay, I didn't know who my top. Now I remember.
Colmenard.
This driver. Oh, I hate Colmenard. This driver.
What?
I lost all respect for him before Homestead. The fact that he was that he's so thin-skinned that he threatened to wreck Corey LaJoie over a tweet. Is some of the most chicken shit stuff I've ever heard. And then to make it worse, he didn't even follow through with it. Denny Hamlin, 32nd best driver, and 4th worst.
Damn.
What?
Whoa.
Alright. So, the next 3, we're gonna go with, Stenhouse, Nemechek, and Priest. I believe I don't have them on there. Don't care for any of them. Then, this where it gets hard, because, I don't even know who I have left that I actually like. We're gonna go with, actually, go on Joey Logano. I don't like him, but I like him. I've gotten over 2016, even though that wasn't even his fault. I don't know, I just didn't like him before that, for some weird reason. I know what my bottom 5 is. I don't know who the other one is, though. Mikey, I don't know if I'm supposed to go there, Mikey.
You don't have Quinn Hoff.
You don't have
I do.
Suarez.
That's intentional, Zach.
You don't have Chase Elliott.
That's intentional, Jared.
Yeah, I'm Brandon.
That's intentional. That's intentional.
Oh, well,
You don't have Brennan Poole.
That's intentional. Chasting's intentional.
You don't have Eric Jones, I don't think.
No, I did.
He has Jones.
He has Jones.
Who is it?
Ty
Ty Dillon. No,
Keselowski.
he has Ty
He's
Dillon.
got Kislet.
That's intentional.
Oh. And who the heck is it?
Good question.
Clint Boyer? No,
He
he's
has
not
He has
there.
Boyer.
He has Boyer in 8th.
Truex?
He has Trix in 16th.
What the fudge?
Mikey.
Corey
Why didn't you
LaJoy.
write
Corey LaJoy.
LaJoy?
We have LaJoy, don't we?
No.
No, you
No, you don't.
No.
Oh,
Throw him in there.
you kind of messed up, buddy.
Oh,
I did kind of mess up. I meant to put him up
Brendan
there.
gonna rip your nut.
All right.
Next.
Next two. We're gonna go with Daniel Suarez next. I mean, people know my opinion on what happened to Carl Edwards, but I'm not gonna say it here. Then we're gonna go with Brad Keselowski. I used to hate him because I was a Carl Edwards fan, but I'm not gonna hold a grudge against him, even though I kind of do still hate him because
who was it before Keselowski?
Daniel
Suarez.
Suarez.
Daniel.
But he ain't gonna kill my boy, so you know.
I'm gonna kill my boy.
Brad Keselowski's
Shit.
better than
Okay, I'm done.
At least Brad Keselowski can win a cup championship, unlike Carl Edwards.
Carl should have 2 butts.
I wrote this down. So let's
Actually,
just
Carl
do
should
this. So we got 3, 17, 47. Those are the first 3.
What's all the hate on Stenhouse?
Yeah, what the heck?
Of course, it's the people that Stenhouse.
I'm gonna get a lecture in a second.
Stenhouse is so overhated.
Dennis
If
is so
If
over.
he's
I
gonna
don't-
teach anyone but Caleb bottom 3, I'm leaving the podcast for
Then-
the next 2 years.
37, 34.
44.
34.
Oh, I thought you said 44. I was like, hell,
Tyler
Jared.
does not like JT Dirty Racing.
The Hot Wheels Pontiac driven by Kyle Petty.
Marco
Then
Suarez.
we got these guys.
Brian Scott.
Kurt
Right.
Shelmerdine.
My nuts out.
Jared Holmes will win at Texas.
Who was it, Kylie?
Next.
8.
Reddick, good
Kyle
job.
Reddick.
Proud of you.
What did Tyler Reddick do to you?
I forgot about him, okay?
Wow.
Kylie, you said you wrote all this down.
I did. I scribbled out his number because I had him higher, and then I put 13 there, but we don't talk about it. 15's 32nd.
All right.
Jesus. Get off, Jared.
Little,
Oh boy.
the little dumbass that's at 33 is the most overhyped driver in the NASCAR Cup Series. Matt DiBenedetto.
Oh, okay, buddy.
Like, I don't understand the appeal for this guy whatsoever. He's a crybaby. He's literally, Mommy, give me bottle at Bristol. Did he pass me? Newman. Can't stand people like that.
Okay.
Like, he needs to give in his man card for literally crying on live TV. It's ridiculous. It's a fucking sport. You lost. Tough titty. Go on next week and get a better finish.
Tough
Which is
titty.
Matt DiBenedetto. He don't get good finishes. Now, going to my least favorite driver in the Xfinity Series. This driver is really overrated. He would have never been on the map if it wasn't for boring ass Kevin Harvick did. He wrecked me. I'll show him. I'll throw damn watermelons at him.
Drop a watermelon on your head, buddy.
Ross Chastain. Garbage. He makes the most stupid moves. Like, look, I'm gonna throw some shade at some people in this podcast. Ross
Oh, no.
Chastain.
You didn't.
Number 10 on Caleb's list. Stenhouse, nowhere to be found. Screw you, Caleb, for being a hypocritical asshole. Because if you praise Chastain for the same shit that you hate Stenhouse for, you're a bitch.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm
Because-
gonna get targeted.
Because Chastain is stupid. Like he makes more stupid
Yes,
moves than
Jared.
Stenhouse.
Yes.
He killed the entire field at Daytona. Literally, just let's go to the apron. Oh no! Like ignorant.
Yes, Jared.
Remember, he wrecked himself at Talladega last year.
Just very
While leading the
ignorant,
race.
makes stupid aggressive moves. That's way worse than what Joey Logano and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Austin Dillon and Brad Keselowski ever has done. But he gets praised for it because he's I'm a watermelon farmer. Yeah, boys!
Florida.
He is a Florida man,
Third
actually.
generation
Somebody
farmer.
said that.
And I really want to make a joke, but I don't want to get too lazy with that.
Next.
And the last scumbag on this list.
Yeah, okay.
You wanna
You know what, Jared? You've done some pretty crappy things, but if you put who I think you're gonna put, you take the cake. Don't do
Literally the biggest crybaby bitch in NASCAR. Let's go back 2018.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh no.
Good battle for the win. Great battle for the win, right? Logano just barely moved Truex. It was the last lap final corner. That's what happens in racing. Well, he maybe won the race, but he ain't gonna win the damn war.
Don't
You
remind
said
me.
some scary
That quote was
politics.
taken out of context.
But want to know what Joey Logano done? Went and won the damn war. I used to like Truex back in the day, but he only got his ride for one. He only got popular and got good equipment for one reason, which I'm not going to say right now. But if you know my opinion on that, you know what it is. Literally, I don't understand the appeal for Truex either. I don't understand how he has fans. He shows zero emotion. Harvick shows more emotion than Truex, I think.
Excuse me?
But Truex is just a scummy little bitch that don't deserve a damn thing in life. And he had the audacity. He's in the playoffs, right? In the playoffs, set. Supposed to help a Toyota teammate. Oh, let's just go around him and try to pass untalented fuck William Byron, which you didn't because you're more untalented than William Byron ever thought about being. I fucking hate you, Martin Truex Jr.
You know what? Screw you.
Oh.
And then don't forget what he done last night. Killed Chase Elliot's chances. Should have won that race. Screw Martin Truex Jr. Everything it stands for. Screw his stupid fan base. Screw his stupid whatever his sponsor is. Bass Pro Shop. Screw every single one of his throwbacks. Screw his stupid hat. Screw his stupid shoes. Screw his stupid fire suit. Screw his stupid helmet. Screw his stupid fucking everything. Screw you, Martin Truex Jr. All right, Carter.
His wife is a bitch.
Oh, God. Jeez. Can we just get on to Carter's? Let's just go to Carter.
All right, so number 33 out of 35 drivers. This person is gross. They make me cringe with their victory celebrations. He's just kind of overall gross, nasty. I mean, he did put on a show last night. He will be getting some respect, but never really liked him at all. Austin Dillon in the 3.
I'll tab all over you, buddy.
Carter, oh my god, I know what's about to happen.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it, Carter.
What?
You know exactly what you're about to do, bud.
Alright, so for number 34. This is disgusting. Let's get that out of the way.
Jared.
Don't do it.
Don't you do it from me. Number 34 is none other than the man himself, who really has done some not good things in the past. Ricky Stenhouse.
God damn it!
He did it, Mikey!
You know what?
No, I want to hear why Carter hates Stenhouse. Come on.
Alright, so Stenhouse, not good history with that race, obviously. It's not like I'm going to have that defined
One race.
Year or anything. about getting to Jared. that one race is not going to define his whole career. But here's the thing with Stenhouse. Not only did he not apologize to Kyle Busch or whatever that race.
Okay, listen. Does Kyle Busch ever apologize for the dumb fuck moves he makes? No.
He takes up for it nowadays.
Not back in the day. Stenhouse should not have to apologize either. Just because Kyle Busch is a shitty veteran that don't deserve his fucking ride doesn't mean shit.
He got what happened in that second wreck was he got tight and he was turning the wheel the whole thing. He didn't even intend for any of that. He wasn't even going for the side draft. He figured not to apologize for Kyle Busch.
No, screw Kyle Busch.
If you're gonna hate Stenhouse for wrecking Kyle Busch and not apologizing, you should hate Kyle Busch for wrecking Ron Hornaday and not apologizing.
Yes, sir.
That was like 15 years ago.
Talk about Ron.
Stenhouse's wreck was 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's over by now. We got fucking COVID-19 to worry about now. Not Ricky Stenhouse Jr., not apologizing to Kyle Busch.
I guess all I gotta say about Stenhouse is that I don't agree with stuff he's done in the past. And he hasn't really done much to really, I guess, gain respect for him back. He has done well in JTG equipment, but I don't know. Second least favorite. That's my opinion on Stenhouse.
I swear to God, if this is Joey Logano.
Okay, I'm going to look at the list and just see
It's Joey. What the hell? You're such a basic NASCAR bitch.
Why would I like Joey Logano?
Basic NASCAR bitch.
Who could I dislike more than Joey Logano?
You probably go to Starbucks.
Brad Kozlowski.
You probably go to Starbucks, don't you, Carter? You probably love.
What's wrong with going to Starbucks?
Yeah,
What's wrong with going to
Starbucks.
I bet you drink White Claws, Jared.
I do, bitch. They're good.
I have too much against Logano. I won't say one thing about Logano. I love the guy off the track. One of the nicest people in the garage. That's it. All that history with him racing Kenseth like an absolute nerd.
Daddy's boy.
What did Kansas do back to him, though? What did Kansas do back to him?
In the podcast.
Kansas killed him for no reason at Martinsville.
Well, for no reason, he got him back because Logano screwed him over twice, Mike.
That was weeks ago. I mean, I was happy. I was there. Jeff Gordon won, but still. Same old.
What were you trying to say?
Yeah, but at least Joey Logano didn't try to, assassinate him. Didn't try to pull some Wreckfest type bullshit.
He's not going to kill my boy.
Damn.
Oh, my God.
Let's move on to Tanner.
All right. 33, Kevin Harvick. Honestly, I have no care for him. He has shown no excitement this year. He is so bland. He's a traitor to Chevy. And he honestly, he's an old has-been.
Chevy is for bitches.
Tanner.
Tanner.
What?
Not to sound like an asshole, but you are the Kevin Harvick of the M1CS. Sorry to say it.
No, that's Deloney.
I don't know.
Hey.
Tanner's pretty boring, too.
Am I boring?
Yes, you don't show aggression.
Wow, you calling Deloney boring?
Well, Jared, you don't show talent. All right, anyways, Tanner.
Round of 8, round of 4.
Ty Dillon.
Caleb.
He's just a nobody. He's a journeyman at best. He's a one-hit wonder in the Xfinity Series. And he won't even make it far in his career. Even if he goes to RCR, he'll just be a bust. He's just a waste of space at this point.
Excuse me?
What did Ty ever do to you?
That stupid bullshit movie made in Texas.
Oh, boo-hoo. Byron ain't shit, bud.
Bell ain't shit either.
27-0, bud. 27-0.
Oh, I'm using the Jared format, but anyways.
I can't wait for this one.
Oh no.
It already has the name on the bottom. How coincidence. It's Clint Boyer. He is a nobody who should not even be in this sport at all. He has no fucking talent. He's a waste from that state known as Kansas. He has 2 fluke seasons. All his wins are luck. He shouldn't even be in a competitive ride. He's disgracing the 14 car. and he should be out of the sport entirely. And he's not even that damn funny. A fucking clown can make me laugh more than his 44-year-old ass.
You must make yourself laugh a lot then.
Dang.
Clint Boyer is the handsomest man.
Let's go to Caleb.
Yeah, right.
All
Alright.
right.
So this is probably the most dramatic change. I don't know if I even want to take a lot of time explaining this, just... Ryan Blaney.
Fuck you, buddy.
Just, I don't know, this guy, it's like, his driving, I don't like the way he drives, I haven't liked the way he's condoned himself. It seems like in situations that he's had in the past, run-ins with like Harvick and Jimmy Johnson, he's just standing there looking all scared at these guys, never says a word, never really takes up for
What
what
do
he
you
does.
expect him to do? Pull a Michael McDowell where he can punch his teeth in?
I don't know, it's just, and I feel like his driving tendencies are starting to show why he's over at Team Penske.
Caleb, I got one question though. How about Pocono this year?
Oh, you see, there's reason I just didn't even want to talk about it. I do not want to talk about it, Jared Holmes.
He's a slow car in his way. That's why he doesn't have a win this season.
This next one, okay, I'm just gonna put it there, okay? I'm just gonna put it here, and I'm just gonna move on.
Caleb.
I'm just gonna move on. Okay, my third.
Oh my god.
Look, okay. No, I'm not even gonna say it because Carter brought up most of the points. And look, I can't even say I hate him anymore. There's a reason it only says ew and doesn't say evil. Well, he's matured since then. And by the way, Stenhouse never was. Anyways, number 35.
Two-time Xfinity champion.
Literally ain't fertile.
Okay, buddy.
Moving on.
Oh boy.
Just put
Oh boy, let me tell you. Joseph Thomas Logano. 31, however old he is, from Middletown, Connecticut. Oh, this man has made my life a living hell for years up to this point. You know, he's a really nice guy off the track, you know? Good with the fans and everything, but on the track, oh, Jesus Christ! Dude, where do I begin? I'm just not even gonna... I can't even take the time to do it. I've explained it so much up to this point. It's been drilled into the ground. He continuously does stuff to piss me off. He does stuff to piss everybody off. And now I got several people here right now that have kind of joined me in the Logano hate club. Everyone rise up. I'm moving on.
Bandwagon haters.
I would like to point something out. If anybody has the chat open, I would like to say, Pool, that is the most ignorant thing I've ever seen in my life. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
What'd he say?
He said Logano is honestly better than both Bush's broski.
Kurt Busch are
What?
better than Logano.
I agree, Cole. I agree.
Anyways, Seth.
Okay, here we go. So, as
This is
right
weird.
now, I got kind of a reputation. So everyone thinks of me as, you know, the big Chase Elliott hater, the Amino, the biggest one, the only Chase Elliott hater. Of
Nobody
the Amino,
thinks
of
of you as
Totally.
a Chase hater.
But you know what? Honestly, I gotta do the rat bastard first. Here we go. We got Clint Boyer, the rat bastard himself. There he is. Screw Clint Boyer. It's not funny. Tanner basically covered everything I would need to say about him. He was only funny in Eric E. Steps videos, and that's saying a whole buttload. And yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Clint Boyer.
Clint Boyer is
Coming in at number
water under
34.
a hot seat. A real pain in the ass.
He's a waste of space.
Joseph Thomas Logano is number 34.
Fuck!
Now, yeah, Joseph Logano. Screw anything he does. I don't like him. It's not because of. I could care less about that he won the damn war. I could care less about that whole incident. But
I bet you do.
Just yeah. And my number one most hated driver in all of NASCAR. Get ready for it, boys and girls. It is Eric Jones. Let's give him a
Excuse me?
Excuse?
Really?
What the hell?
scrub. You freaking suck. Screw you. Dylan, it is nothing against you. I see you crying in the chat.
Honestly, I think Chase
sorry.
Elliott should be
But
lower,
Eric
Seth.
Jones is a horrible human being. Let's move on.
Okay, I don't even know what to say about that one. But number 33, none other than the entitled whiny baby himself.
Yeah! Woo! Get in there!
Martin Truex Jr. He's so entitled. He is so entitled. He's completely lost his humility. He's just... every interview he does, especially after an incident he's had, is agonizing to listen to. The fact that he takes no responsibility for anything he's a part of. It's honestly, it's borderline offensive. Like how much he just, woe is me, I'm the most unlucky driver in NASCAR. Like you're at Joe Gibbs, you get the number 1 equipment because we have to keep up this facade that you're actually talented, and then you end up sucking. You can't win it. You can't even win it. You get 1 championship and you're cooked now. Number 34. I can't even begin to describe how much this guy has pissed me off the last 5 weeks.
Yeah! Rise up!
I can't even begin to describe how much this guy's pissed me off. From punting Bowman for 10th for absolutely no reason.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Punting him into Bubba. To wrecking Ricky Stenhouse on lap 8 at Dover. This guy just can't stop screwing up. He just can't stop doing stupid shit. And to his credit, he owned up to the Stenhouse incident, never owned up to the Bowman one. Just a real...
That didn't even happen.
Not a fan. Bubba said it perfectly. You know, he sure did try to win that race from 10th. Just an asshole. Screwed over both Bowman and Bubba. Screwed them both out of top 10 runs that they had fought so hard and deserved. And I think everyone knows my number 1.
Alex Bowman.
Alex Bowman.
The other end, number 1.
Oh yeah, Alex Bowman. What's
Zane Smith.
Okay, Kylie.
Dale and Hart.
Norm Benning.
I think I know why this driver acts like he doesn't appreciate any of his wins. Because I think deep down he knows he doesn't deserve them. He knows.
Because he's a drug dealer.
He doesn't deserve any of the praise he gets. He knows that
He'll never be Daddy Vampire.
He knows he's a cheater. He is a cheater. He is absolutely disgusting, abhorrent piece of shit. Race manipulating, car manipulating. Absolutely needs to cheat to fool everyone to thinking he has talent. Fuck you, Kevin Harvick. Fuck everything you stand for. I hope you get fucking COVID-19 and get canceled from the playoffs, buddy.
Holy crap.
Zach, I sent you a message.
Has so little talent. And okay, I'm gonna be real for a second here. A lot of this is like forced, like this is gonna be. I question every single one of his achievements, every single one of them, because one of his for 2015 and 2018, because I think every single one of us agrees he cheated both of those seasons. So now
and 2014, he did not deserve that.
His achievements are legitimate or not. I don't know if he's a legitimate 10-time winner in the Cup Series or a legitimate 45-time winner in the Cup Series. Because 2015,
I'd say about a 1.
Kevin Harvick.
Only win he's ever deserved was the 2007 Daytona 500.
That he is just
He definitely won Atlanta.
there's and everything goes his way. Nothing ever happens to him. I just I hate him. I hate everything about Kevin Harvick. I hate Kevin Harvick. He's not the best. He's a cheater, and he will always be a cheater. And you know what? And you know what? 10 years from now, when he's retired, no one will talk about him. You know why?
Dang.
Because everyone will recognize, holy shit, this guy doesn't deserve to be recognized among the greats.
He's just like the
Because
New
he's
York
not.
Yankees.
He's not an all-time great. He's an all-time cheater.
Just like the New York Yankees.
Yes.
Caden Bishop.
All right.
And like the Big Cat Mad.
Shut the fuck up.
Starting off with my next driver down, we're gonna go with Brendan Poole. Honestly, doesn't even deserve the 15 cars. That's how bad he is. I don't blame Justin Allgaier for assassinating Ryan Blaney's pick. Remember on pit road because I kind of had to swerve out of the way. But Brendan Poole, he wasn't forced out of the way. He literally drove into him. What a no talent, honestly. Doesn't even deserve an Xfinity ride. Oh wait, he's already in one. Won 0 races. It's just true untalentness. Doesn't deserve anything in life, honestly. Alright. Next down. I was really trying to put Chase Elliott in the spot, because I was really trying to, honestly. I was trying to come up with reasons that Chase Elliott deserved to be here. But honestly, I couldn't come up with no reason Chase Elliott doesn't deserve to be last. So, we're going to throw in Ross Chastain. No talent. Drives under the WO line at Daytona to try and pass people. Very good decision. Rex the whole pass. Doesn't deserve anything. Top tier Xfinity ride. Can't win jack shit. Took out Denny Hamlin, rear-ended him. What a no talent, honestly. Only popular because he went, I don't even know why he's popular, actually. Continue to farm me. I'm pretty sure it's only because he farms watermelons, but I guess that's besides the point. And, last but not least, we're going to put Chase Elliott. I don't even want to talk about this one. Just put him there, and, good night.
Bandwagon.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck you.
Right.
Fuck you, Caden. Fuck your stupid puffer fish, buddy.
Fuck you, buddy. Don't you ever come for my puffer fish.
Kylie.
So we get the 18, the 24, and the 00. Now, this is going to be a tough one because I'm going to lose lots of friends. Yay.
I'm ready to hear this.
2020. So, in 33rd, we got Kyle Busch.
Love you too.
I don't know what I don't like. Maybe it's just him. Maybe it's the fact that Caleb likes him, so I just think I have to hate him. It'd go pretty nice. So we got Oof Driver, and Oof Driver is William Byron.
Oh my.
Fuck you, William Byron.
There's some toxic Byron fans that may or may not recall PMing me not nice things. So that's why you're down there. Your toxic fan base has brought you down to 34th, where you probably would have been 15th. Hope you're happy with yourself.
We're Ross Chastain runs every week in the Cup Series.
And then shut. I will switch him, Tanner. Don't make me do it.
Okay.
Do it.
You know what? Switch him. Byron gets 35th.
Goodbye.
You did this to yourself.
I know I did to myself. I'm out.
So-
Peace.
See, I killed off people. Makes me even better. So,
We all don't even deserve littering.
he really don't. He's done nothing but cause trouble. He would have been 35th if Tanner had stopped when he was ahead. And there's mine. I just lost fame.
Nate, I would like to call you a bitch because you killed the puffer fish.
We got that over. Can we end on Jared's thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's transition now to
The main
Jared's
event.
thoughts.
Alright, so Jared's thoughts is a pretty interesting one. And I don't know if y'all seen my post on Amino about it, but I've seen some pretty interesting reasons on why it shouldn't. But I'll still stick by my opinion. I think Darlington is a failed experiment as the throwback race. There is no excitement in the racing aspect, and the only reason it sells out is because of the throwbacks. I think we need to switch throwback weekend to either Bristol or Martinsville. I just feel like Darlington has lost its. Without the throwback, if there was no throwbacks, Darlington would mean nothing to me. I know it's a Southern 500 prestigious race. Just the racing's boring. We never get an exciting race there. It's been years, like before I even busted in to life. I don't think we've seen an exciting Darlington race in forever. Bacon thoughts. Do you think the throwback weekend should stay at Darlington or move to somewhere else?
Well, here's the thing. You could say the exact same thing about Indianapolis, and I'm probably going to get to the road course. Does the Indy 500 deserve to be moved to a road course, or does it deserve to stay at the classic track? You see, that's the thing. You could say the exact same thing about Darlington. Darlington's where it came from. Darlington then became a crown jewel. Darlington is a crown jewel for the Southern 500, and it's most well known for it. And I feel like it's a track that deserves to at least get recognized. And I feel like it's awesome that a track in a literal swamp-infested marsh in the middle of where is it located? South Carolina. Is it located in South Carolina?
Yes, South Carolina.
Okay. In South Carolina, I think it's awesome, and its egg shape and its koi pond right next to it it's just interesting. Egg.
Go first.
And I'm glad we get to go racing there at night, and it's awesome.
So, do you think the throwback weekend? You never answered the question. Do you think throwback weekend should stay at Darlington?
Yeah, I think it should.
All right, Caleb.
Personally, I can see where you're coming from, Jared. It isn't the most exciting track on the schedule, but what are you doing, Kylie? But I think there are some cases that can be made for other tracks. I mean, if it were to switch, I would say like Martinsville or something. But I think the reason Darlington's so great is that that's really the track hasn't really gotten too many renovations. It's like an old school classic track. It's real slim, not much room to race. And one thing that has been pointed out many times is that the racing really has never changed at the racetrack. It's always been the same. There's always been a lot of contact, hard racing, and we've had some absolutely classic finishes there. And I think the throwback aspect really just adds on to it. So personally, I don't think that they should move it from Darlington. I think Darlington's a pretty good place for the throwback week, and that's something that does add to more of the prestige. You don't want to also take it away. It's the Southern 500. That's also another thing that adds on to it being a crown jewel. You have that throwback aspect to it. One of the oldest tracks on the schedule, so I think it's perfect.
Kaden.
I believe it should get moved specifically to Bristol Night Race. Not only because I go there every race basically at Bristol, but I think moving it to the whatever the fuck the night race is called. I just know there's a bat bass on the wall of the stadium, so there you go. I think seeing all the throwbacks under the lights, beating and banging for the win, old school NASCAR, I think that'd be pretty cool, actually. And I think they should experiment with it maybe one year. Martinsville would also be a good track, but I just like Bristol, honestly, so we're going to go with that.
Kylie.
It may not produce good races, but I still feel like it should stay there. Like, it's kind of known for that, and it's honestly historic in its own way. I feel like if it would to switch to any track, it would kind of get rid of the point, in a sense. Yeah.
Fanny.
Dalton should just stay as a throwback weekend. I mean, I understand the options that you put down with Martinsville and Bristol, but that honestly doesn't work for either one of them, in my opinion. Because Martinsville has its own prestige with classic short track racing, but if you're going to move it, then what's the fall race going to mean? It's always been a crucial part of the playoffs every year, and the Bristol night races are its own entity with its classic night racing. And Darlington has already lost its date once back in the early 2010s and 2000s. And even Atlanta hosted a Labor Day weekend race. And that racing was meh best. But I think Darlington should just stay as a throwback. It's already lost it once and it shouldn't lose it again. I know it doesn't produce the best racing, but it's the classic venue.
Zach.
Here's the thing. The point of the throwback weekend is to celebrate the history of the sport. And I feel like changing that is sort of like, it's sort of going against what, it's sort of like going against the you understand, it's like, the sport, the reason it's at Darlington in particular is because the track itself is a throwback. It even though there is a safer barrier, it looks like it doesn't have one. The markings on the wall look exactly like they did in the 80s and the 90s. The track is the same. The track is the same shape. Barely anything's changed about it. If you were to change it to, and it's a perfect place to put these throwback schemes because you're putting old schemes at an old track. Like, the point of celebrating history is sort of like it feels like if you change the celebration of history, it just sort of like loses a little bit of its meaning, if you understand what I mean.
What if I burn down Darlington though?
That's
That would be.
you will probably
That's a
not
crime.
have a sick
That is
nasty
a
time.
You're
straight
done, Mikey.
crime.
You're finished.
No more pufferfish.
Just like your pufferfish.
Don't you ever insult my pufferfish.
Yeah.
We'll fight over this pufferfish.
Anyways,
Let's end it here. Do you think, Zach?
Yeah. Alright, so that's going to conclude this episode of the NASCAR Amino podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next time.
Fuck! Fly away.
Somebody ring the